Hey guys, because we're really good at planning. We've been drinking, and now we're doing.
You don't say.
A show called "And Now We Drink" involves alcohol?
Oh,
Never.
Never. No, it's just all an act. I'm just kidding. Before we get into this next episode, though, we should probably give a shout out to some of our lovely sponsors.
Yeah, the
right?
people that help bring us to you.
The reason why we're fucking here. Laughable 2.1, right?
2.1?
2.1 is out for your iOS. Is it even out for the Android yet or no?
No. So I had to diffuse like some hate tweets at someone yelling at like the Laughable Twitter because it's not out for Android yet.
Oh, damn. Okay, well, sorry, we're not the ones that run Laughable. However, they are a great fucking app. They're the first and only app where you can subscribe not only to your favorite podcast, but also to your favorite artists. So you can keep up to date. You get push notifications. This is the new part of the latest update is that you get push notifications for when a new episode comes out.
Yeah, with your subscribed artist or episode.
Exactly. So that's pretty neat. But of course, if you don't like listening on awesome apps like Laughable, Slayer, what else can these people do?
They can tune into Demon Seed fucking radio at 5:15 Pacific, 8:15 Eastern.
Left Coast. So yeah, you can check out DemonSeedRadioNetwork.com. There's a lot of awesome shows on there if you're a fan of tits and pussy and maybe some sex.
Yeah, my homie Dakota Charms and her co-host, who I can't remember at the moment, is actually our lead-in now. They have a Gamer Geek show that airs right before us.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. We all like gaming and all that good shit. Well, so guys, check out Laughable 2.1. Check out DemonSeedRadioNetwork.com. This week's episode is my good friend David Broido, a Hollywood FX makeup artist. He does a lot of cool shit. Veteran. He actually just recently completed a road trip across the country to save his service dog's life. Bones, the Dr. Indiana Bones, his dog, awesome fucking dog. He's a tripod now because he had his leg amputated. But anyways, David, I met him at Comic-Con exactly a year ago. I met David at Comic-Con. He was dressed up as Fallout. And of course, me being the gamer nerd that I am, I was like, oh my God, that's fucking badass. And that's actually how we met. So you can hear more about that and our cosplay adventures because he's kind of become my cosplay buddy. Like, we go to all the different small cons in the LA area, and then, of course, San Diego Comic-Con this year. You were there, Matt.
I'm not certain I actually was, but I think I was.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, something.
I physically was there. Mentally,
yeah, it was kind of a blur, but yeah. So, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It's pretty awesome.
No, this was a really rad one. Went all over the fucking place.
Yeah, we talked a lot about film and a bunch of nerd shit and live leaks.
And real quick before we get into the episode, Cruz, do you have appearances coming up?
I do. I will be feature dancing in Las Vegas September 1st and 2nd. I'm doing an Asian Invasion tour with Marika Hase and London Keys. We're doing an Asian Invasion at Little Darlings September 1 and 2. And then, of course, at the end of September, I believe it's going to be the 3rd week. You know what? Let me just pull up my calendar because it's right here in front of my fucking face. September 14th, September 14th through the 16th, I'm doing another Asian Invasion at St. Louis Hustler Club with Kaylani Lay, my best friend, and Cindy Starfall. So
come see Cruz live.
Come make it rain, bitches.
And if you're going to be in Amsterdam for whatever reason, September 18th through the 21st, Slayer will be there getting drunk.
Yes.
And if you're going to be in Munich, September 21st through the 21st through the 23rd, I will be in Munich for Oktoberfest, getting ignorant as fuck. You will see me and the party lawyer in Lederhosen.
And if I am able to make it happen, you might even see me there, but I don't know if I'm going to make it happen. We'll see.
Make that shit happen.
Well, I'll try and make that shit happen.
All right, yes. On with the show.
Alrighty.
Tell the best stories when
too.
I did. I got my first IMDb credit for voiceover recently.
Oh, really? No shit.
Yeah,
Really? Doing what?
earlier this year.
Just got to be on top of the mic, sir.
Sorry?
You just got to be on top of the mic.
On top of the mic, sir.
Thank you.
Is this where I should be when I'm talking at all times?
It is indeed.
Okay, cool. So not like back here.
No, you will
Okay.
make my life miserable.
So not like Ace Ventura, like...
Oh, by the way, we're recording right now.
Sweet.
As I normally do. Just
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
We always catch people when they're saying shit
Little,
that they're like
off-guard
oh,
stuff.
fuck, I shouldn't have said that.
nothing too incriminating
I'm
this
looking
time
for
around.
Ray Finkel and a clean pair of shorts.
So have you guys been drinking before you showed up?
No, I smoked a ton, and I'm going to smoke a ton more, but no drinking, because I had to drive here, so that would have been irresponsible. I'm mostly responsible.
That's all that matters.
Mostly.
Speaking of, everybody,
Cheers, everyone. Cheers.
now that we're all sitting down and not operating a motor vehicle.
We're not? Oh.
No.
Ooh, that is mighty tasty.
Yeah,
what
it
are
is.
we drinking? What are we drinking?
We were
tonight?
drinking the McKenna this evening.
It
McKenna.
burns the throat.
Bottled in bond. I believe it is 100 proof.
Oh,
Yeah, it's nice. And the ginger beer is a lovely follow-up.
Aussie ginger beer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Get your fancy shit. I just have the Trader Joe's.
Bundaberg.
Trader Joe's. Whoo.
Bundaberg. There is no better.
I forgot to put ginger beer in my drink. I just took a big gulp and I was like, woo! It's like doing a shot.
Doing it proper.
Yeah, it's like a big shot glass that you just repeatedly sip over and over again.
Exactly. This is how I drink.
I just completely forgot that I just, yeah. Wow, that was really, whew. It's good. It's good.
So tonight we get to find out if it's good or bad if I mix soju and whiskey.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a slippery slope, my friend.
Well, I didn't want to start hitting the 100 proof before you guys showed up.
Yeah, true.
So I'm like,
Yeah. No, because you would have been too sloshed to even open the door.
well, that's why I left it unlocked.
Just in case.
I was telling him the story about the time that I showed up sloshed. I think that's the only time I ever showed up already sloshed.
Good one. Pants
For a
around,
recording.
pants around ankles.
Yeah, for
and
recording, yes,
running
for-
to the bathroom.
Exactly. I told him that whole story because I barely remember
That's
doing
fun.
that.
That
And I
sounds
was like,
like
oh, fuck.
it's a
And
fun
then I
story.
listened to the episode and I was like, I totally did do that.
You did. I witnessed it.
Yeah, you were there.
I'm sad I didn't witness it.
The night's young. She still may run across the apartment.
I mean, yeah,
It's quite possible.
possibly, maybe. I don't know.
Sadly, in audio format for our audience. At home.
I know. They're like, okay, let me just
Like,
visualize
that's
it.
what I was gonna say, like that little skit when Mitch Hedberg talks about how he says he's going to do something that only the people in the audience can see, and it's going to piss everybody on the
Oh,
CD off.
Yeah.
Well, we can always fire up your OnlyFans and
Oh, God. You know, I should be doing that because I have one and, like, I rarely use it. I feel like an asshole, but it doesn't matter. Holy shit. Cheers, guys.
Yes. Cheers. This is really tasty.
glad everyone appreciates it. I have like 3 bottles of this left.
I'm not going to need that much. By the end of this show, that glass will probably have me where I want to be alcohol-wise. However, I'll have to smoke more than, Mr. Ed could to get a decent buzz.
Did Mr. Head smoke?
No, but he's a horse, so I imagine he could smoke a lot more than I could.
Probably.
I don't know. It's just that weird humans comparing humans to horses when it comes to being able to do stuff.
True. Like, hung like a horse.
I wasn't actually thinking about that, but that's another good, brilliant horse to human comparison.
We were just talking about this on another episode. We were talking about, like, horse porn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's definitely a thing, too.
That is definitely a thing.
I've seen it.
I was going to say, I haven't personally seen it. But
Listen. I've had to leave that comment up. I found myself on this part of the internet again. I've had to leave that comment on sites before, but
Oh my God.
I do a lot of like live leaking at nighttime. Like when I can't sleep because of my PTSD, I get up and I'm like, oh, live leak will probably have stuff that'll make me go to sleep. Oops, wait, not at all. Completely the opposite. So if you want to know where I accidentally see stuff like that, it's that part of the internet.
Oh my God.
So what is the weirdest thing you've ever run across?
on live leak? Ever?
Top 10, top 5?
Dude, that's a... Let me think. Let's keep going. Let me think about that, and I'll address it again in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have to think of something real good for you.
Yeah, I'm sure he has good. He always fucking posts some shit. where
Honestly, no. I'll get too distracted and we won't come back. I'll just answer it now. I don't know what the answer to that question is. Realistically, it would take me too long to think of the absolute like weirdest thing I've ever seen. I can remember one of the most shocking things I've ever seen. It's real hard to shock me because I'm a former paratrooper, and that part of my life completely desensitized me to just about everything. So, but there was this one particular video I kind of never got over, and it always kind of shook me a little, where this dude was driving. It was a dash cam video from Russia, and this dude was driving, and a car oncoming on the highway that they were on was carrying bricks, and it dropped a brick off the back of the truck, and the brick bounced once and went right through the windshield and through his passenger's head, and his passenger was his wife. And you don't see anything because it's a dash cam facing forward, but you hear him scream, and it's like it's a very unpleasant thing to listen to. Like, if you know what he's seeing and what he's experiencing, it was like, oh wow, that is just some nutty shit. But I mean, but that's on the more like shocking side. Funny wise, funniest thing I've ever seen on Live Leak, that's probably pretty easy. That can be named as any one of like ghetto street fights that occur. like where two people are fighting and then it gets too out of hand, and then one of their friends goes and gets a car and drives it down the street and hits like a group of people that are on the opposing side. And like, I mean, dude, there's shit like that on Live Leak pops up like all the time. So
are they stealing it from World Star?
No. World Star has not. I mean, a lot of the videos that you see on World Star are the same videos but a lot of the stuff on Live Leak doesn't make it over to. It's like too much for World Star.
Why the fuck does everyone yell World Star and they don't yell Live Leak?
Actually, that's a very, very good question, and you're not the first person that's asked like why people aren't at like crazy sites like police brutality shootings or like robberies or stuff like that, or people women on crack or bath salts trashing convenience stores because they can't have a bag of chips for free or some shit like that. I mean, this is a daily occurrence on Live Leak. Why aren't people there going Live Leak, Live Leak, Live Leak in the background? It's like World Star. Like
World Star just rolls off the tongue a little better.
What is the obsession with World Star?
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody that sees
I think it
something.
is. I think it's
better marketing.
I don't know if it's the word world or the word star, but I think it's the word star. Anything you put the word star in something and it suddenly sounds glorious. I mean, we live in Hollywood. We have to understand this.
Yeah.
Put the word star in anything.
And I think that's probably why people are just like,
World Star. It does kind of roll off the tongue a little bit better than Live Leak, though.
Yeah, like Live Leak. You think
Live
Leak, you're like,
Live Leak,
Live Leak. Oh, wait, Live Leak's all right, yeah.
No, but basically, whereas other people would spend their evening watching the news or watching cartoons, I watch shock videos.
Nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
No. I mean, I'm a makeup artist, though, so to be completely honest, not from a morbid standpoint, but from a research standpoint, a lot of the shit that I watch is really great for doing, making reference out of and whatnot for special effects. So that ends up being good. You just have to be able to deal with it, knowing that the shit that you're watching is somebody else's very serious problem.
Yeah.
So, but you hope every night that you get on Live Leak to see a whole bunch more funny shit than serious shit.
Right.
But a lot of it ends up being like crazy Russian dash cam videos, because you know how the roadways are over there in Moscow. It's just fucking accident after accident.
I still want to go to Russia. Really
I do too. I just don't want to drive there. It's crazy.
They have a good subway system. It's all good.
Yeah, that's right. I'll go underground. That's fine.
Ugh, yeesh.
But
yeah, I once again drunkenly filled out my Russian visa application.
Did you really?
Yeah, it's sitting on my desk.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Well, because when I go to Finland, I was like, I could take a 2.5-hour train to Russia.
Wait, are you still going to Finland? I thought you changed the plan.
So I'm going to Amsterdam.
Oh, that's right.
I'm going to Amsterdam.
They're still welcoming Americans?
Apparently.
He just came from Cuba.
I heard that they weren't being very accommodating to Americans for a little while.
Well, if they're not, we'll find out the hard way.
Oh, Jesus.
Then, 72 hours into the trip, we're hopping a local flight going to Munich.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, that's going to be awesome, dude.
Because that's Oktoberfest.
Yeah. Oh, my God, you're good.
48-hour bender in Oktoberfest. Carl the lawyer is sober these days.
Really? The party lawyer?
The party lawyer is back in rehab.
His lawyer is a party lawyer. They call him the party lawyer for a reason, but you're telling me, this is the first time I've heard this, he's sober?
So he's been in and out of rehab a couple times. Like when he was supposed to drop my prenup a couple years ago, he was in rehab. That's why he didn't do it.
Oh, okay.
Whoops.
Well, hey, he stopped me from getting married because if he was there to drop the prenup, I probably would have married that broad.
And
Sounds like you're better off.
yeah.
Definitely. So he decided that Oktoberfest doesn't count because he's German.
So he is going to party because it's
Just for Oktoberfest.
Just for Oktoberfest. That's
So
nice.
48 hours of the trip, he's going to party.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
That'll be fun.
And then after 48 hours in Munich, we're back to Amsterdam.
Okay.
Like 3 days in Amsterdam. Everyone else goes back to the States, and then I'm going to Helsinki for 72 hours.
So then you are okay. So you are going.
Dude, it'll be like Beer Fest. You should totally bring Cloris Leachman with you to cheer you along, like in the movie. The old lady.
Slapping my sausage.
Yeah.
Yep, slapping it. You gotta slap the sausage.
I just think once we get to Munich, I'm going to put on lederhosen and wear them until I get back to the States.
That's dude.
You should do that.
You would look smashing in later.
Especially after like 5 days of wearing the same
Oh
lederhosen.
boy,
Yeah.
that would be great. I hate to say this. You would fill out lederhosen way nicer than I would. Like you would look at like so much. Like, can you picture my skinny ass in later? I would not look remotely good. I would first definitely need to grow a little bit more hair and a little bit facial hair, and then I might be able to pull it off. But still, I think I'm too skinny for lederhosen.
I'm going to find out the hard way.
So you're going to do it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
do
oh,
it,
yeah.
do it up, dude.
48 hours in Munich just for Oktoberfest.
Just for Oktoberfest.
Just for Oktoberfest.
Are you going to consume a boot?
I'm going to consume anything they put in front of me.
I hope you.
He will
I hope you
totally
consume
do that.
many boots.
According to the Oktoberfest website, it's like 11 euros for beer. And they said, quote, the prices for non-alcoholic beverages went up this year.
The price for non-alcoholic beverages?
They like want you to get smashed there.
So what that means is I have to drink alcohol.
You were going to do it anyways. So,
But yeah, this is just doubly encouraging it. The Jew in me is like, I'm going to do the economical choice and drink.
jealous.
Come with.
When are you going?
I'm going to be out of country September 17th through the 29th.
Oh, I'm dancing.
Oh, that's right.
I'm dancing.
Shit. That's in the calendar.
Yeah, I can't go with you either because I'm dancing as well. Dance at this club.
I'm actually going to roadie for him.
It's
when he's dancing.
it's pretty private.
What is up with all our guests doing private shows? The episode that's up airing on Thursday, Danny Wilde and his private DJ gigs.
yeah.
What the fuck?
The best part about making stupid jokes like that is that there on a podcast is that there isn't an audience. I just have to keep a straight face in front of you two.
Yeah, exactly.
No one's keeping a straight face here. It's all good.
And then people that'll listen, there's always that one
they're like,
guy
huh?
that's like,
What?
wait, true? Oh, okay. And then we're going to start a fucking rumor here that David Broido is now a dancer somewhere, and people are going to be like, I wonder where.
A dancer that also is too skinny for lederhosen. Let's not forget.
Hey, skinny body, fat dick, whatever. I have not seen. I'm just assuming by how a lot of male porn stars are hung.
I think I'm average.
That's my line.
I think I'm okay. I don't get complaints, so that's fine.
So David here, he just got back from road tripping from across the country.
Where to where? Yeah, fire it up.
Oh, wait, hold on.
So
How loud is that?
that's pretty loud.
It's pretty loud.
So the blowtorch sound is David needs his medicine.
Yes, it's my appetite booster and sleep inducer.
Just what we want on the podcast, the hungry, sleepy guest.
The hungry, sleepy guy. Yep.
He's going to be like, I'm going to want food after.
Yeah, like I'll be like, hey, let's go to Waffle House.
Oh, if there was only a Waffle House anywhere
Oh,
nearby.
man.
Nearest one's like fucking Phoenix.
Yeah, I remember going to a Waffle House when I was road tripping from Arizona, from Tucson to Colorado, I think it was.
Well, as Annie, I believe, started to say, I had just gotten back from a road trip. I saw
Yes.
a lot of Waffle Houses on my road trip.
Where were you?
I drove to Philadelphia. Long story short, I had a service dog who had cancer, and I was not in a financial position to afford surgery to save his life here. So I found a hospital in the Philadelphia area, which is actually second in the country, who offered to do it for it was still expensive as shit, but a nominal price. So I drove him across the country, not knowing if I was even going to be able to afford the surgery. And by the time that I got to Philadelphia, some friends, Annie helped, Annie included, some friends had put together and shared the shit out of a GoFundMe, which had pretty much accrued what was needed to perform surgery on him when we got there.
Nice.
And he ended up on the news as well.
Yeah, he was on Fox News and Upworthy.com and a handful of Cox Media Group-owned websites and news channels and stuff like that. It was really crazy. I really really just wanted to save my dog's life, but it turned into this whole... Bless you. Turned into this whole big thing that was just a giant production, which... I'm thankful for because he's such a great dog that he honestly deserves a little bit of cool spotlight and whatnot. But he's a really great dog, and it was nice to see the community. A lot of people who have never met him, who just wanted to do something nice, come together and make things happen for that. Because when I first started out heading to Pennsylvania in my car with him, it was really supposed to be a road trip for him to see his family and friends for the last time. By the time we got there, it had turned into, we're going to try and save his life.
I hope when it's my time, someone does that for me.
Nice.
Did you look into Tijuana by any chance? A buddy of mine, when his dog was dying, took it down to Tijuana and got stem cells injected into his dog.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Like, we're not making a fun joke here.
No, I'll call my boy Nate.
No, I believe you.
He lives
Just
in
have to-
Venice.
Tijuana.
Yeah, he went down to Tijuana.
We're in LA. I never know when people are, that's a joke or not.
No, dead serious. My boy Nate, I mean, I thought he was a crazy person for doing this.
But if the dog lived
Yeah, the dog lived.
and didn't turn into a giant monster.
Oh, God.
He totally took his dog
Okay,
down to Tijuana.
now we're making jokes.
But yeah, he took his dog down to Tijuana and got stem cells injected into his dog.
How long ago did he do that?
Well, this is probably like 2009 he did this.
Oh, wow. And is his dog still alive?
I don't think so at this point, but...
Yeah, 2009. That's a few years ago. Yeah.
So the dog lived maybe 4 or 5 years
Yeah.
after?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And he had cancer?
Yep.
Wow.
So you could have saved yourself a whole trip and just gone down to Mexico.
I know, right? Seriously. And I was like close too. Shit. Shit, I should have just driven 2 hours, 3 hours south.
3 hours south to TJ. Holy shit.
Just walked across the border with your dog?
Seriously, I could have fucking walked into the first bodega and they would have just taken him into the back room and willed his cancer away right there.
Have you been to the pharmacies in Tijuana?
No, I haven't been to Tijuana ever. I've been to Mexico City, a handful of other places in Mexico, except all when I was a child. I haven't been to Mexico in a long, long time. Although, funny you should say, I have walked up to the border at not an entry point. Like, I have walked straight up to the fence on foot, not at a point where there is an entry between the continental United States and Mexico. Like, I just am like, nobody sees me. I'm at the fence.
They're generally not trying to stop people from going in.
Yeah, right.
Well, I thought I was all badass, and then two dudes like totally rode past me on fucking OHV vehicles, and one had a Trump flag and one had an American flag, and I was like, oh, these dudes are just totally being assholes, because like there aren't even any Mexicans down here. They are just here to like show off the American and Trump flag here at the border. Like, there is no reason to do this unless you're an asshole.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
But so I guess they're not. It's kind of multi-use. Like, you're not really supposed to be down there on foot. But if you're there on an OHV vehicle with an off-road permit, you're okay. And if you're there as your, governmental use, then you're okay. But yeah, I was like right there. And it was like, man, this is the fucking middle of nowhere. The reason I was actually out there, my girlfriend and I were going to investigate the sand dunes where they shot Return of the Jedi. the Sarlacc pit and sail barge stuff from Return of the Jedi, and we went out there. It was fun.
So is that in California or is it Arizona?
Yeah, it's the Algodones Sand Dunes. It's just west of Yuma in California, near Winter Haven and Yuma. So it's about, I'd say 3.5, maybe 4 hours south of here. You go out towards the Salton Sea, and then you head southeast, and you just drive straight down until you hit the 8.
That's where Anthony wanted to do a photo. Out towards.
Oh, it is a great photo shoot location.
Oh, the 8.
And I have a Subaru Forester with all-wheel drive, so driving out to the middle of the sand dunes is a pleasure.
Nice. Yeah, the 8's really odd because if you're coming back from El Centro to San Diego on the 8, there is a Border Patrol checkpoint.
Oh yeah. No, it's actually we passed. I don't know if you're thinking of the same one, but we passed one. It's not the same one you're thinking of, but there's one where we went up. Like if you're looking, I'm going to do it backwards so you can see it. It's Salton Sea is going this way, right? And we came down, and we were down here, and we went around. But instead of coming back up this way like a dummy, we drove back around, and I drove through the Border Patrol station, which we clearly passed. And I was like, oh, there's a Border Patrol station. Better go around the other side of the lake on the way back. And came back that way. And I'm a dumbass. I have a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol in my car, and I have my bong and like 3 or 4 grams of wax. And this is federal territory. There are federal agents walking up to my car, and one of them has a fucking dog.
Oh,
and
God.
I'm like, but like, it's me. I'm a Broido, and Broidos know how to fucking keep their cool in situations like this. So I'm like chill as shit, and I like the dude. Like, I know your audience can't see me. I'm gonna show you. The dude kind of like looks at me and does his little, head nod, and I looked at him and did my little head nod, and he like walked past, and he was like, all right, pull up 5 feet. And like I pull up 5 feet, and the dude's like walking around the backside of my car. And the backside of my car was where the not the drugs were, but the guns. They were in the trunk, and those dogs are fine-tuned to smell gunpowder. And he was back there for an awful long time with that dog.
Well, thankfully, if they're fine-tuned to smell gunpowder, they're not fine-tuned for drugs. They do one or the other.
Yeah, no, they didn't smell the drugs at all. Well, that's the thing. I mean, like, the federal territory, let's speak on the real for a second here. That's getting caught with any number of those items consecutively is like at the very minimum of 5 to 10 year prison sentence.
Well, if you're being caught together with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like
Together with
guns.
them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just got caught, well, the guns that would by themselves, it would nothing because they're
Right.
registered to me. It's all good. If the drugs by itself, 3 grams of wax might be looking at a little bit of jail time and a pretty fucking hefty fine. But the guns and the drugs together, they're immediately going to throw at you that you were using the guns in commission with a crime while transporting
Yeah, it's
illegal
felony
substances and
territory at that point.
So I kept my cool, and the dude was back there for, like I said, an awful long time with the dog, and then eventually he like walked back around the other side of the car and was like, "You're good," and I was like, "Cool, have a nice night, guys," and like drove away, and like 10 seconds later was like, oh, like down the road, like down the road a little ways, like, oh man, like I just totally, it left me for a second that wasn't local territory, and it was totally a different kind of animal altogether. And, so that was not going that way again while I have pot in the car.
You were going to be fine. You're white.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm totally good.
Yeah, when I went through that checkpoint on the 8th, literally it was me and another white coworker at the time. And they saw 2 white boys, and I just go. They didn't even stop us. Like,
I just, it's different when dude's wearing, head to toe green with combat boots, and you can see the word federal agent, on his patch. It's just feels a little different. So.
Oh, totally.
But
Totally.
it was a good trip, and we got to totally see movie location, which I've always wanted to see, which is something that I like to do. Annie should. I keep encouraging Annie to come with me on some of these adventures.
I want to.
My girlfriend comes with me for practically all of them, but
Yeah.
We actually just stopped by Goblin State Park. I haven't even shown you the pictures yet. We stopped by Goblin State Park in Utah on the way back, which is where they shot the rock monster scene in Galaxy Quest.
You've seen
Nice.
You've seen
Yeah,
Galaxy
and
Quest.
I've like literally wanted to go. I've literally wanted to go to that location for like 15 years or however long the movie's been out for, and I finally got to go, and it was really cool.
Yeah.
Did you really just ask me that?
I know.
Whether or not he's
'cause I
seen Galaxy
haven't.
Quest.
We were talking about it last night.
God, that's right. I totally like explained the whole plot to her last night.
Yeah, because I hadn't seen it, and I was like,
I was
how
like,
have I
oh
never
God.
seen this
I was like,
movie?
Go grab it off my wall.
Here,
Yeah,
let
I need to watch
let me, I'm gonna give you my treatment version of how I explained it to. Okay. So these washed up actors were on this TV show like Star Trek, and these aliens need their help, and they come to them, and they think they're nerdy cosplayers, and they take them to another place, and they still think it's not real, and then all of a sudden, lobster people come out of nowhere, and they have to fight them for the lobster people. That was pretty much my description of the movie.
Plus, Sigourney Weaver has boobs.
Yeah, and Sigourney Weaver has cleavage. Yep. Specially made wardrobe.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden Sigourney had fucking cleavage.
She
It's
had
like,
tits, and she
like-
was blondish, right?
oh no, she's
Very
very
blonde.
blonde.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a wig or if she dyed her hair blonde, but
I would
she's
assume it's
blonde.
a wig.
I would think so.
Wow. Yeah. When he told me, I was like, how have I never seen this movie?
Dude,
I don't-
it's
Yeah, it's so up your
good.
alley.
It's
yeah, that's
so
what I'm saying.
good.
When he explained to me, I'm like, how? And then he showed me a little clip, and I was like, how the fuck have I not seen this? So
It's amazing. Alan Rickman's in it.
Yeah, I know. And so is fucking Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, I showed her.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell's got a bit part.
He's so funny though.
He is.
I love
And
his-
young
I love
Justin
his
Long.
part.
Young Justin Long and Tim Allen.
And Tim Allen. Yeah, he was saying Tim Allen was in it too. Yeah. That's
When Tim Allen had a career.
By the sons of Warvan, you shall be avenged, or I shall avenge you.
No hate
By
to Tim Allen.
Grabthar's hammer, by the sons of Warvan, I shall avenge you.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We're showing the picture of me going to Goblin State Park. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
If we can, we'll get a copy of that and we'll put it up in our Instagram.
Yeah, we'll put it on
Super,
Instagram.
super hot out there. I mean, it was like
I
100,
bet,
100 degrees.
dude.
We went far enough from the car that you could shoot 360 degrees and not see civilization, and it really looked like we were on the middle of an alien planet,
No
which
shit.
is why it was so perfect for them to
Yeah.
shoot out there. But it was impossible for us to find exactly where
At
they
the
shot
spot,
it. There,
exactly.
there are 10,000 little fucking goblin stones coming out
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
ground.
yeah.
It was like not gonna be like I mostly oriented myself around where it was shot, like in the general area. But I mean, if it's not just like one little area of Goblin State Park that is like that, it's like half the park has those little things. But they did direct me to that one area where they were like, "This is out of like 6 different driveways that you can take in the park. This is the one where when you get to the end of it, that's where they had it all set up when they shot
Nice.
Galaxy Quest.
Nice.
You just have to find your way to exactly where they did the shots and whatnot." I was like, cool.
Still boggles my mind you've never seen that. What the
Oh
fuck
yeah,
was that?
my phone. My bad. Put it on.
So
Everybody's-
none of us put our phones on vibrate.
Put it on
Mine was on
vibrate.
vibrate.
Yeah.
I checked it.
Ah, there we go.
We're a height of professionalism tonight, folks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Height.
Yes.
Yep.
You gone.
I may have been drinking before everyone.
John.
Gone. Yes, yes.
Yes. I got a little bored, drank a little, watched some Venture Brothers.
Yes.
That whiskey could like clean your countertop.
No, it goes in me.
No, I know. I'm just saying you really
I mean,
could
I
actually
could.
clean with
Woo.
that.
Even with mixed with ginger beer, I'm like, that's fucking strong. But I also poured a lot of whiskey in that cup.
If I was dying, I would use that as a cleanser. It would totally do the job.
Yeah, that's how I feel
Drink,
about.
drink
That's
some, pour some on you.
That's
drink
how I
some
feel
more,
about
pour some
vodka.
on you.
That's why I hate vodka because whenever like I'm with a bunch of Russians, they're like, oh, let's let's drink some vodka. And then
Zdrovia.
I do a shot, and I'm like, that's drinking rubbing alcohol, dude.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I'm
no.
right there with
Whiskey
you.
at least has. I'm gonna sound so bad because I'm Lithuanian and I've got so many Polish and Russian friends, but
I dated a
it really
Polak
just
for
does.
like
It
5
does
years.
not taste good. It just
No.
does not taste good, especially by itself.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You
Doing
kind
shots, I'm
of
like,
do it with like I'll do it. Screwdrivers are okay, like I can do stuff like that, but Vodka in a shot glass by itself.
Yeah, it tastes like rubbing alcohol.
Well, that's why you gotta have better vodka. It's supposed to be a neutral.
Well, okay,
spirit.
so like I work at a nightclub and a lot of the girls, they like vodka. So like, oh, but now they have flavored vodka. I think for that reason, so people can get shots. Like, oh, we've got like peach flavored Ciroc or
I think
pineapple.
I was gonna say vodka took on a whole like whiskey's not like that.
No.
Whiskey prides itself on being like whiskey. Honey whiskey,
Yeah.
Hot garbage.
cinnamon whiskey.
Both
like
of those
you know,
are hot garbage.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like,
No.
there's only
Yeah.
like a couple of
Yeah.
flavors of whiskey. There is every motherfucking flavor under the sun when it comes to vodka these
Well,
days.
yeah,
There is.
and the only reason
Infused.
why I know that is because of working at a nightclub. Like I'm like, oh, they came.
Oh my
Ciroc came
God.
out with a new flavor, you guys. Let's taste test it. I'm like, I'm good.
I don't even know how you fucking do it.
Fuck that.
The stories, I'm sure she's told you some of her fun nightclub stories.
All the time.
It's like if you think being like a bartender is like entertaining, try being a fucking nightclub hostess or
Oh,
bartender.
dude, most recently what happened to me, okay? I'm carrying a bottle of Hennessy in one hand up high because, you know,
Oh,
for
this
those
is gonna be
li-
fucking
audio
good.
format, for those listening. So, like, in my left hand, I've got my left hand completely high up in the air with a fucking bottle of Hennessy. I have a flash wand in my right hand. And I'm delivering this bottle to a fucking table. We have two bottles going to the same table. The other cocktail waitress has a bottle. I have a bottle. And there's another cocktail waitress behind me, right?
Wait, I'm high. What's a flash wand?
Oh, so it's like a stick that lights up.
That's pretty much what I thought. I just
Yeah.
wanted to make sure we were on the same.
Yeah, well, there's a reason why I'm explaining because as I'm walking,
Maybe
to,
your viewers don't know what a flash wand is either.
yeah, no,
or
it's a
your
good thing
listeners.
I explained it. But like as I'm walking to deliver this bottle high up in the air, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This girl shoves me like straight up, like intentionally, complete hand palm on my back, shoves me to where I nearly fly forward, and my reflexes, dude. I spun around with the flash wand in my hand. I pointed it to her fucking face and said, "You want to fucking get your ass kicked out of here?" I had to like finish the sentence because I was like, I don't want to get fired. So I'm like, "Do you want to get your ass kicked out of here?" And she kind of giggles like, "I'm not gonna, like, what are you gonna do about it, bitch?" So, and it was crowded as fuck. It was a busy night. I grabbed security. I have her 86. Here's the best part of the story, though. So I get the bitch kicked out, right? And she's with these two dudes that don't even follow. Usually when people get kicked out, their friends kind of follow suit, right? And the dude that had his arm around her, he comes up to me as soon as I get her kicked out, and he goes, "Thank you so much." And I'm like, "You're not mad at me?" He's like, "She's fucking annoying. She's been following us around all night. You did us a favor." And I'm like, "You're welcome. Let's get around shots."
That's fucking awesome.
He's like, I'm not gonna fuck her tonight. Get her. Get
It was
rid
just
of her.
really funny because I had her kicked out because I was like, "Don't fucking push me. I have a bottle in my hand." Like, and she was doing it on purpose. You know what I mean? And
Bitch, I'm gonna cut you.
no, seriously, my reflexes. I swung around and I pointed the fucking flash wand in her face. I said, "Do you want to get your ass kicked?" And then I was like, out of the club, not by me.
Bitch,
It's like
bitch, do you want to get lightsabered?
exactly.
It's like you didn't like hit her over the head with the bottle.
Oh, fucking Engardium
You
Leviosa.
know how many people at work are like they're like they're like, "Dude, you're kind of frightening." And sometimes I have to remember where I'm at whenever there's a situation where someone could possibly piss me off to the point where I'm gonna want to fucking kick their ass. And
I kind of want to see you Harry Potter somebody.
oh, dude, a fight broke out. The last fight that broke out at my nightclub that I witnessed was between two girls. Two strippers
Aren't most
from
of-
opposing strip clubs that happened to be at my nightclub at the same time.
Aren't most of your stories about two girls? I mean, no, I didn't mean that like that. I mean, sure, if we're gonna make fun, yeah, sure. I meant that quite literally. We're referring to your oh goodness, your nightclubs, stories. Isn't it like you? I mean, you've definitely told me some stories about dudes,
Yeah,
or you've never told me any stories about dudes hitting chicks, which is very fortunate. And I'm glad you haven't had.
no,
haven't
it's
told me.
always dudes hitting other dudes, or if a girl
Chicks hitting dudes, though. You've definitely told me about stories about chicks hitting dudes.
There was a chick that swung at a dude, and then it caused a fight between two dudes after. But the chick started it. The girl
That's right.
started
I
it.
actually remember that. The
She
details
swung
of that
at
story.
a
Yep.
guy, and then the other dude jumped in and was like, "What the fuck?" And then like the two dudes went at it, and then there was this whole fucking thing.
But,
yeah, it's either a
I was
chick.
gonna say it's mostly that. From what I remember, it's mostly chicks, two chicks fighting in your club.
It's usually it's mostly dudes, but lately it's been a lot of chick action going on where I'm like, "Oh my god, that chick I watched her swing at the other chick." And then the best part, I don't think I told you this one. I don't think I mentioned this on the show. The two strippers that fought, security has one of the girls pinned on her stomach on one of the VIP table chairs.
Sure.
He has his knee in her back because she's trying to fight the security guy. So he
Oh,
has
Jesus.
her pinned with his knee and he's waiting for backup, right? And I'm just watching this whole thing go down. I'm like, didn't I film it? I didn't have my phone. So then one of her homegirls comes by while she's pinned, like with this dude's knee in her back, like trying to fucking, okay, well, I'm not going to fight anymore. Her friend comes by with a shot and as she's being pinned, she downs that shot and she's like, thanks. And
Good
I'm
friend.
like,
Good
wow.
friend.
That is a fucking. That would have been. That's like viral material. That's like
Yeah, and I was like, why
you-
didn't I film this shit?
That's like
God damn it.
Unilad would have called you and been like,
that shit was
can we feature your
hilarious.
content?
Fucking hilarious.
You fucked up, Cruz.
Yeah, that's
Fucked up
definitely
bad.
that's definitely internet worthy.
I hope that if I ever
no,
get into-
I have a mind like that because I do.
No, of course.
I'm a
Yeah.
YouTube partner and I
Yeah,
do
hell
content
yeah. And
licensing,
you
so I'm
always have
always
fucking
thinking
videos.
about like this needs to be filmed right now, like. But it's all good. It's not a terribly wasted opportunity.
I just realized we're coming up. If it hasn't already passed yet, we met a year ago.
It's going to be a year this weekend.
It's gonna be a year this weekend.
If it's. Was it the same weekend
I
last
feel
year?
like it might have been either the following
Let's just
weekend.
pretend that it was this weekend
this
or
weekend,
next
yeah.
weekend. So
Yeah.
it'll be a year. It'll
Yeah.
be a year that we
We-
met it go.
Dave
Yep.
and I met at Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con last year. I was dressed up as Deadpool, and then I saw him and his dog Bones, who he drove all the way across the country. And I was like, oh my God, it's Fallout. I have to get a picture with this guy. And then it was funny because it's not like, we exchanged info or anything. Like, we just met in passing, took pictures, and then I think even your girl now, she had tagged you in my photo because I
didn't even know who the fuck you were.
Yeah,
Like, I didn't know.
like,
I
I-
didn't know you from
Yeah.
from Adam.
I hashtagged like San Diego Comic Con and whatever else. And his girlfriend now wasn't his girlfriend then. She found a photo with me and him, and then she tagged him right away, like, "Hey, it's you." And then that's how we became friends.
Yeah, like I didn't even realize it, and like I said, I was telling you earlier, I'm having been in the military. I'm like one of those extremely desensitized persons. So I realize how certain people need to be approached and stuff, and we hit it off immediately. It was we
Yeah.
realized that there was going to be an immediate bromance, lifelong bromance between the two of us, and there has been. I actually just told her the other day that she's been one of my best and most loyal peoples the whole 3 years that I've been out here in the year that we've known each other.
There's a reason why people call
fucking
me
awesome.
my brother Cruz, man. My brother Cruz.
That's right.
Yeah, you were just born with the wrong genitals.
True.
Then again, if you had a dick, you'd probably get laid a lot.
Dude,
less.
I will- wait, a lot less?
Yeah.
Well, you want to know why? Because I'm Asian. My dick would be small.
Scott Bakula's all up in there. It's fucking quantum leap going on.
What went wrong that he's trying to write?
What?
Well, because she quantum leaps,
Oh,
It's
yeah, he
like-
tries to. You're right.
It's like
you're right.
fucking whatchamacallit, that movie with Ryan Reynolds and Jeff Bridges where they're the dead cops.
Oh,
and,
God.
and Annie
R.I.P.
Cruz is really Ryan Reynolds right now.
Oh, my God.
Cruz, speaking of quantum load, I own the domain Quantum Load.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Why did you buy Quantum Load?
Because I had the idea to write a Quantum Leap porn parody at one point.
And call it
that's
Quantum Load.
Yep.
That's funny.
To write hookups that once went wrong.
Oh my God, to write hookups that. Hey, that's a good idea. Now someone's going to steal that idea now. But
I own the domain still.
Yeah, okay, you still have the domain.
Quantum Load.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody in porn that looks like Scott Bakula.
No, I was gonna have a
You
female.
could have
Oh,
done Quantum Skeet as well.
Don't give people ideas to steal the Dunkin' domain. God damn it. But no, I was gonna have a female lead. Samantha Beckett,
Okay. Samantha Beckett. Okay.
and she was gonna write hookups that once went wrong, and then you could cast whoever you want in the scene because she jumps into other people's bodies.
That's true.
Oh, that's funny.
Interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, I never got around to actually writing.
dude, we should stop talking about a quantum leap porn right now before somebody else does it.
Yeah, you should just edit all of this shit.
Yeah, just
I really do own that
okay, so 2 minutes earlier. Anyway,
Rewind. So, anyways, we did not just talk about something that was top secret.
I guess we'll talk about that off air. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've owned that domain for a couple of years.
Wow.
that's funny,
That's amazing.
man.
Yeah,
That's a brilliant idea.
I have good ideas occasionally.
Because there are speaking of porn parodies, there's a lot of porn parodies that they've made where they changed an all male cast to female, like they did Reservoir Dogs, but all female.
No
Yep.
way.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Ms. Pink.
I kind of want to see
Ms.
that.
Yeah, fucking all females.
I mean, I don't even give a fuck about the dickin'. I just want to.
Yeah, the script,
it's like
the
when
way-
do you really watch shaving Ryan's privates because you want to see Ryan get his private shaven? Like, no, you want to see it because you want to see how epic they brilliantly.
And that's what they did with
made it to
these movies.
You know.
They did Reservoir Dogs with all female cast. They did Training Day with. I did a non-sex role in that one. I played that. What's that actor's name in it? Where the other dude gets shot. And he's like, anyways, it doesn't matter. They did a Training Day parody where it was all females, and then I'm trying to think of the other ones that they did.
Wait, no. What character? I'm trying to. Now you got me. I'm going to think about this. Which character?
I'm trying to think. What's that actor? Let me look it up.
Tell
right
me the character in the movie. I mean, I love that movie. So
he was like a side character. He was nothing big, but there's that.
Were you talking about
scene-
Smiley?
he got shot.
Maybe I'm thinking of
Who got
what's called.
shot
Hold on,
in
I'm trying to
Training
think.
Day that wasn't a main character?
Well, the dude from The Mask, the villain from The Mask, it went through his body armor when they were setting up the robbery.
Roger?
Yeah.
The guy that they purposefully kill, Roger?
No, not Roger's the guy that purposely killed one of the dirty cops. They shot him, and he's like, "I went through the Kevlar, man."
Yeah, that's the scene that I was in.
That is the guy from The Mask, isn't it?
But I can't
Yep.
remember. I can't remember what the actor.
I can't remember the actor. or
Dorian.
character.
He also plays Redfoot in The Usual Suspects.
He does indeed.
I've been to the Korean Bell. That's actually one of my film locations. It's down in Long Beach.
Nice.
Or no, excuse me. It's in Ranchos, not Long Beach.
Our audience wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have either.
It's where they have the meeting with Redfoot, and he flicks the cigarette butt at Stephen Baldwin. Dude, I've useless amounts of movie knowledge.
I'm right there with you. I couldn't have that wall with not having retained some of it.
Nice.
Whew, I need to add more.
Womp womp womp.
I made that drink
So
super strong.
I feel like we got sidetracked, but I'm also really curious how you made it from military to FX makeup. Like,
Yeah, let's talk about that for a minute.
What was
Okay.
the path there?
All right. A lot of people seem to have confused this, and most of them are like internet trolls. But a lot of people think that I was a makeup artist for the military for some reason.
What, for propaganda films, for those ISIS films that they made?
Oh
They
my god!
not like that, but like for
I know, I'm
for
fucking
like
around.
simulation of like wound training and stuff like that. I'm not sure why people got that. I mean, I used to do that to like fuck around with people, and scare my superior officers, and it got me in fucking trouble a couple times actually. I'm not even joking. Actually, one time I made fake slit wrist makeup, and they put me on fucking suicide watch.
Oh my god!
Like it was clearly like a rubber fucking
You're like, look, it's
appliance.
fake, and then
Look,
you're
it's
like-
fake, and I ripped it off, and they put me on just you want fuck Well, that's the unit.
Yeah.
Depends on what unit you're in, and that's how the unit that I was in was. So, I mean, it was punishment. So I literally had to have a dude with me, or 5 feet away from me, or right outside the bedroom that I was in at all times for a couple days, and that kind of sucked. So
Just watching your dick. We're like, I need a pee. Yep.
dude, anytime you had a fucking a drug test, that somebody was standing over your shoulder watching you pee. So it was not it was an irregular thing there in the 82nd Airborne Division. So, but yeah.
So, but you didn't tell us what the path. How did
So-
you get from point A to point B here?
So I discharged in 2005. After I had started messing around. I honestly had messed around with makeup even earlier than that. Probably 2001 or 2, I would say, is the first time I really actually did something that for the purpose of putting it on film and having it look good in a movie, little amateur film, which I've made tons of little amateur films when I was growing up. We used to do a lot of Jackass stuff, as well as we would write little scripts and sometimes full length, hour and a half long movies with just kids. Kind of do you remember the movie Super 8?
Yeah.
Picture us doing exactly that, as kids dressing up in trench coats with fedoras and meeting at train stations and being as a matter of fact, there actually was a scene that I had at a train station in one of my films where there was a lightsaber battle. It was crazy. yeah, we used to make these films, and so I kind of had, I guess, messed around with makeup at some point, and then didn't, really start doing things seriously until after I got back from the military. That's I really started to mess around with it and stuff, and do stuff for little projects back home on the East Coast, and eventually, sometime later, I decide I need to actually do something with this. I want to go to makeup school. So I went to a reputable makeup school, the Tom Savini Special Effects Makeup Program, which is out in western Pennsylvania, south of Pittsburgh. A little town in the middle of fucking nowhere. A little steel town. Actually, there's a mill right across the street. Me and my film knowledge, mill right across the street was where they shot the whole last scene of RoboCop.
Nice.
Super cool. So, and not that piece of shit remake, which I like to refer to as Tin Can Police Officer, which is the only way that I was able to enjoy it. I didn't compare it to RoboCop.
I never watched it.
I never watched it
It was
either.
okay, but only if you pretend it's not RoboCop.
I like the lead actor.
90% of remakes, I just come up with a different title and I call it something else and pretend this is not that. This is not that.
Oh yeah, the
This is
actor
not
from the
that.
remake, he was in The Killing.
He's been in a lot of stuff. He's not actually a
Killing.
terrible actor.
No,
it was
he's-
just
I
not
liked him in The
it was just
Killing.
not a great movie.
You seen Easy Money? Mm-mm. Oh, it's a Swedish crime flick.
Really? Oh yeah, I forgot he's Swedish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Swedish, y'all.
So
Yeah, there's 3 parts of it.
So I went to the makeup school. I graduated from the makeup school, and then I moved home, and I had a giant studio, like 13,000 square foot studio.
Nice. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
in an old silk mill in Philadelphia, and it was unfortunate because there isn't really a whole lot of work for special effects makeup artists in Philadelphia, not consistently anyway, not like it is here, where even if you're not working in a shop, there's always somebody who's going to need your help in a garage making a mold or seaming something or running foam or something like that, or day jobs on set or whatnot. And so I decided, after using my studio more for partying than for work, but still for a fairly decent amount of work, to relocate. And the only thing that had always kind of prevented me from moving out to California, something I'd wanted to do for probably a decade, was a girl, a lease, or a job. And it was just, everything was right, and none of the 3 things were preventing me at that time. And I packed my shit and I went.
Nice.
So I moved out here. I lived in Sunland at first, then Van Nuys, then Hollywood, and then Panorama City. And that's where I've been living for a little over a year now.
Nice.
That's pretty much the short version of the path. There's plenty more in there, but that's the short version of the path.
Well, I'm kind of curious about the longer version. Like, because you said you enlisted in 2001. Did you enlist, like, post 9/11?
Yes. I enlisted in 2003, actually, in the very beginning of 2003, and then got out in the middle of 2004.
That's a short contract.
Very, very short contract. Long story short, I didn't want to dime out a whole bunch of people that were smoking pot in my barracks when I got questioned by CID. So they gave me the choice of either getting a somewhat decent discharge to leave the military and save face, or stay in the military but rat out a handful of people who would either have to leave the military themselves with the help of my, conviction or my, statements, and or get severely punished and then stay in the military in the exact same unit I would have to continue serving in. And I was just like, look, y'all train us like never to leave a fallen comrade, what makes you think even if I didn't have to face these people afterwards that I would want to roll on them? But the kind of mindset that they put you in basic training, they really, especially, and I suppose I'm a little loosened up on it now. I can see things from a little bit different of an angle, but they really drill it into you that you are not to do anything to jeopardize your team or your comrade. And so they were fucking nuts thinking they were going to get me to turn on my boys. Like,
You're not a
fucking
snitch.
out of your fucking mind, dude. Nah. I was like, do what you're going to do, bruh. And they fucking, they gave me a court-martial-less, basically Article 15, which is like a giant fucking slap on the wrist, like without being court-martialed. and they were originally gonna give me a bad conduct or a dishonorable discharge, but the battalion commander who knew me a little bit, I guess he liked me, and he thought I was a good dude, and that I'd kind of maybe just met the wrong crowd or whatnot, and he kind of rallied for me, and I ended up getting a decent discharge. So, but it was just not a good situation, because there were people up in charge of the battalion that kind of had a very zero tolerance sort of policy, and I had never been in any trouble at all, like in the military. This was literally like the first time I ever got into any trouble, but it was enough that there were certain people that were kind of like, no, it doesn't matter if it's the first time or the last time, So, but I ended up getting out under a general under honorable conditions discharge, which is, the best you could possibly get without finishing your term, unless, you were injured and got a medical discharge, basically. And I'm still, in contact with everybody from people that were privates along with me, to people that were, almost as high up as sergeant majors in charge of battalions, and officers that are, high ranking people that I'm still in charge, or rather in touch with, that, for the first time in a while, I get to call by their first name and whatnot, and not have to stand at the position of attention when I'm talking to them.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. It was a good experience. I wouldn't trade it for really anything, I don't think. A lot of people say, is it worth the nightmares that you have, and the visions, and the stuff that you see, and the stuff that you think about, and the stuff that you live with knowing that you've done. And yeah, life was kind of boring at the time that I chose to do that, and I did it for personal reasons. I wasn't interested in sign-up bonuses. I mean, sure, my sign-up bonus was cool. It wasn't giant or anything, though. I wasn't interested in the glory, or the doing it for you or for me or for my country, or fuck that, patriotism and all that good stuff. I mean, sure, I suppose I'm a little bit of a patriot, but this was all personal. This was because I was sick of seeing shit on the news, the way that the news wanted to, put it out there for you, and wanted to kind of see it for myself. And I brought a video camera. It was a very old video camera back then. This is 2003, 2004.
Probably recorded VHS.
It was no, I think it was high 8. It was high 8 or digital 8. I don't remember which, but it was an 8 millimeter camera, and with the little tapes. And I got about 8 hours worth of footage over 4 or 5 months that we were there, however long it was that we were there. And there's a cool little ditty with some footage. It's got some cool little gunfights and stuff, crazy stuff in it. But like I said, it was a really cool experience. I wouldn't trade for anything. And even though there was some unfortunate, there were moments that I try not to dwell upon, where friends that came over didn't come back. Fortunately, not too much. During my one and only deployment, we only lost 2 guys, and I only knew one of them. But the one guy that I knew that we lost was a very, very good friend of mine. And there's not probably a day that has gone by in 10 fucking however plus years that I haven't thought about this dude. So he was a very, very impacting type of individual. You met him and you spent 5 minutes with him, and then you would never forget him forever. So
nice.
But it's always nice to feel the appreciation from people, since there are still some people who like to call me baby killer, Iraqi baby killer, and all kinds of bad stuff like that. But it's nice to see people who still appreciate that sort of thing, and not even still. I've been out plus 10 plus years, and it's still nice to see people who see my service dog in his gear and realize I'm a vet and say, "Oh, thank you for your service," and stuff like that. It's cool. So
that's awesome. So I take it you served in Iraq, right?
Yeah. Started in Baghdad and made my way up to Mosul with the 82nd Airborne Division, and stayed in Mosul the rest of the deployment. And that was from just the beginning of December in 2004 to when we landed back home on Easter in 2005. Like on Easter
wow.
Sunday morning, I got to see my mom, and that was awesome. My mom was like a mess, as you can imagine.
Definitely.
My son is home from the desert. Oh. No, I'm totally dramatizing it. It wasn't like that, but she was definitely very excited.
Of course.
No, that
She
makes total
lives
sense.
she lives in Pennsylvania, and her and my dad came down to Fort Bragg to see us land at like 5:30 in the morning. It was pretty cool, and it's something that they always, both my parents love to tell this fucking story. I mean, it is really kind of cool, and I suppose it's you know, for the listeners, it's worth a mention. We landed in Bangor, Maine before we came home and landed at Fort Bragg. They flew us to Maine first, and then down to North Carolina.
Okay.
When we landed in Bangor, Maine, we got off the plane because it was the same plane, but it had to refuel, and there was like a 45-minute layover. And we get off the plane, and motherfucker, we get into the fucking terminal because they let us off into the terminal. They was like, don't go through security, but you can go into the terminal and fuck around. We get into the terminal, and I swear it felt like we went through a fucking time machine. There were all these fucking old people, like really old people, like in their 70s and like earliest as 60s, you know, mostly 70s and some like 80s.
Wow.
Men and women alike. And they're all in fucking military uniform.
Shut up.
That's
really?
fucking weird. What
And
the
it's
fuck?
like,
Wow.
what the fuck? And they're all fucking standing at the
Oh my
position of
God.
salute. Like, they weren't really in a formation, but they all, as soon as we started filing off
Yeah.
into the terminal, they all fucking went to
Oh
the
my
position of salute.
God.
It was like crazy because it was 3:00 in the fucking morning.
Yeah, that's wow.
way
Like,
past
we
old
got
people's
there,
bedtime.
you know what I mean? Like, way past old people bedtime. So we got there at 3. We got a little 45-minute layer, and then flew. We were there
Yeah,
at
'cause you
Bragg
got
at
there
like
at
5:30 and
5:30,
something like
yeah.
that, and you know, early in the morning. And so it was super crazy. They were like, "Welcome home, guy." They were like all peppy and fucking crazy,
Oh my
like, "Welcome
God.
home, guy," giving everybody fucking hugs and shit. It was like,
Wow.
dude, do you guys like do this? Like, is this like a
Yeah.
thing? Like,
Yeah,
this
is
is fucking
is it a thing?
awesome. Like,
Have you been to Bangor, Maine? There ain't
were
shit
you
going
in
on.
were you in Easy Company? You know, like no, but seriously. And my dad actually loves to tell this part of this story. Is one of his favorite parts. Was this guy was like, so how many jumps do you have there, son? And I was like, like 5 or 6 or whatever it was at the
Yeah.
time, you know, and he was like, eh. And I was like, how many do you have, sir? And he was like, just 2, but one of them was St. Mariglees. And I was like, damn. Like, I was like, I've jumped into St. Mariglees in a video game. Like in a Call of Duty game or like a Battlefield game, whichever one it was, but you know, call our Brothers in Arms or some
Yeah,
shit. Like,
Sounds about right.
but like that's some serious shit, bro. Like, the other one was like North Africa. Like, bro, I'm sorry, what? Like, it doesn't matter where I jumped. You jumped into like 2 of the biggest fucking campaigns in United States military history.
That's like, I jumped into Morocco. It's okay.
Yeah, dude, no big deal
It was
though.
nothing.
You know, it was
It was
totally
nothing.
nothing. I only had like 7 or 8 rounds go through my chute on the way down, you know. But no, it was
God.
no big.
My rifle was made of mostly wood and
Big old wooden frame,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. He had like that little this hat on.
Holy shit.
It was just it was super cool, and I hope that your listeners find some fun out of that story, because it was really, and before we even got to see our family and shit, you know, this is the first people we're seeing as we're landing in the United States. It's these fucking old World War II veterans who are like,
That's crazy.
"Welcome home, bros." It was nuts.
So was that a thing though? Did you
Yeah,
find
they
out?
totally like regularly fucking
they
do
just-
that. If a flight comes through Bangor, they have the USO like calls them all, and they all organize it. It isn't fucking crazy. Like, they said some of them fucking drive from like an hour away to get there.
Wow.
because they live in fucking Maine. There had shit else to do.
Yeah, no, I was like, really, I don't know Maine very well, but I
I've been to
imagine
Maine.
It's very green and lush with not much to do.
No, there ain't shit to do, and they're a weird place. Like, the first time I went into Maine, I was working a gig and rolled into a gas station with a Glock on my hip and a Motorhead t-shirt and don't even blink.
It was super welcoming, though. Definitely.
No, that had to. I mean, I'm sure it was very lovely.
Definitely
for sure.
very cool. And like I said, that's a story that, like, every time that they have an opportunity, both my parents, especially my father, likes to tell.
Yeah, it sounds very sweet.
It's a good story. It's a good story.
And
I'll never forget that dude. Well, I jumped into North Africa in St. Mary's. Well, shit, let me bake you a batch of fucking cookies, old man. I am fucking jealous as shit that you're even alive to tell me about.
Yeah.
Tell me that you experienced that and you're here to tell me about it. That's fucking nuts.
So speaking of your father, are you second generation military or?
No. As a matter of fact, that's a good question that I don't actually frequently get. My grandmother's brother, my Uncle Marvin, who lives up in Menlo Park, is like 90-something years old and still kicking. Great old dude. I got to go see him soon. He was a captain in the Army Air Force when it was still the Army Air Force.
Oh, wow.
My grandfather, my father's father, is no longer alive, but was until from 1930-something to 40-something after the war in the United States Coast Guard. And I know it sounds like some pussy shit, but everybody's got to have one. He was the leader of a band on a ship. My music runs in my family, so it's one of those things. And he went on to be the president of the oldest music publishing company in the United States. When he retired to chairman of the board, my father took over, and so no, music was always really the big thing. My mother's an opera singer, and my father's a music publisher.
Wow!
Holy shit!
Opera singer, that's some pipes, yo.
Has that never come up between us that my mom was an
No,
opera singer?
this is the first time I've ever heard this.
Dude, my mom has died in Luciano Pavarotti's arms. Like legit,
Like died of an overdose or like.
No, like in a play. Like she was a clown and she got stabbed by one of those fake little knives with the spring in the
I
handle.
thought I was about to hear an amazing story.
No.
Mom did a couple
But
bumps, passed out.
like Luciano Pavarotti, that big old fat
in my mind, he gets down.
He and her, they did a play, and I mean, he was like the star, and she was just this like nothing little, but she gets stabbed and like she like dies in his arms. It was Pagliacci was the opera, and so she's sang with some noteworthy people, not probably people that your viewers would. I mean, like I generally go with that. This people of this generation don't really appreciate classical music. If it wasn't for my parents, I probably wouldn't appreciate classical music like I do.
I definitely appreciate it.
So
I don't.
I'm not saying don't appreciate it. I'm not trying to pass judgment on people who don't know it and say that they don't appreciate it. I'm just saying I really appreciate classical music because of my upbringing. That's all.
Hey, that's all on you. That's more for you.
So, well, it's kind of hard not to when you have an opera singer as a mother and a classical music publisher as a father. You don't really have a choice.
And it's not even just like, oh yeah, my mom sings. Like she's an opera singer. That's
yeah,
like
and she's
a different level.
She is fantastic.
That is a different fucking level, man.
So, but yeah, no, music was definitely the thing, and so kind of I guess knew I was always going to be an artist, and everybody knew I was always going to be an artist. I've always been very creative, but I think that it was my parents always thought it was going to be some sort of dramatic or performing art of some kind, not a behind the camera sort of thing, which is what I ended up doing.
You're still young. You can get in front of the camera if you want.
Yeah,
yes,
man.
yes, indeed. I mean, I've been in front of the camera plenty. I've got a little bit of. Unfortunately, I didn't get any IMDb credit for it, but I got to play a stuntman with one of my favorite actors in a video game trailer, and that was a ton of fun. He got to blow my head off, as a matter of fact, and then we had a lot of fun while I was, he was like covered in blood and all that good stuff, and I had changed into my clothes, but we had fun afterwards looking through my photos of me in a cosplay that I did of one of his characters from another movie, and it was like the most full circle fucking cloud driving, gratifying moment like you've ever fucking experienced. So that was a lot of fun.
What was this for?
The video game Payday.
Oh yeah, I played Payday too.
It was it was the DLC for Hardcore Henry.
Oh nice.
And I was the first mercenary who approaches a downed van with Shalto Copley in it from District 9. And we see him and Chappie and all that. And
the A-Team.
Yeah.
and the A-Team.
And Holland Mad Murdoch in the fucking A-Team.
Which he sold that movie, let's face it. And so,
Him and Rampage Jackson.
And so, yeah. Oh, God. So I approach the van and I try and open the door, and then there's kind of like a tear in the roof where it split a little bit, and I go too close, and then he blows my head off. And then this crazy gunfight starts, and it's awesome. And I got to wear a fucking squib with a full load on the back of my head, and it was quite a loud pop.
I can only imagine.
I can't do that. I wish I could do that. I can't fucking do it.
It's like, I mean, I did it twice because the first time they did a half load and they didn't like how the blood sprayed. The pack didn't like explode good enough. So they were like, do you care if we put a full load on the back of your head? I was like, bro, I'm not the fucking pyrotechnician here. You're supposed to fucking... Don't ask me if I care. Yes, I fucking care. You're putting an explosive on my head. Yes, I fucking care. Like, and then the two dudes were like arguing. They were like, the two pyrotechnicians were like, well, should we put a full load? I don't know if we should put a full... I'm like, bro... Go argue not in front of the fucking actor who you're about to put the explosive fucking device on
Right,
the
'cause
head
I'm gonna
of.
say
Like,
no.
I'm just gonna walk the fuck away now, like, and y'all decide, and then just let me know what you're gonna do. This is stressful. My PTSD, bro, is boiling.
Yeah, I don't want to die.
No,
for a
but
fucking
it ended
good
up
part.
it ended up being a very fun day, and we got my part down in just a couple of takes, and I now realize why special effects makeup artists, no offense, like Tom Savini, who's one of the greats, migrated from special effects makeup to acting. It pays a lot better.
You don't say.
I love my craft, but I'm a realist. It's not the greatest paying job in the movie industry.
It probably equals about to the price of getting dick on film.
Yeah, or something.
Wait,
close.
wait, what?
I'm just saying, like, porn starlet, mainstream FX makeup artists probably make about the same.
Maybe. Depends
No,
on...
I think the starlet probably makes more.
Maybe in the 90s. I mean, I am wildly uneducated in both ends.
Wait. Are we looking at A-list starlet or like D-list starlet?
Well, how do you
I make
define-
more than D-list
Because
starlets.
D-list girls don't make the same as A-list girls. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I make more daily than a D-list girl, and I don't have to get naked.
True. Yeah, we're not even gonna get into that.
I'm
anyway.
just talking like C's on both ends.
Okay.
What if you had to go in lederhosen?
Well, I'm going to go in someone in lederhosen. I mean, that's the plan.
There you go.
Either in Israel or Germany.
There better be photos of you in lederhosen after October.
Yeah, pics or it didn't happen.
Yeah, pics or it didn't happen.
For
Exactly.
everyone listening now, this is like, you heard it here. Slayer said that he's going to fucking do it.
Video of you in lederhosen
Yeah.
yodeling or it didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
There'll be no yodeling. I can't yodel.
Come on,
Yodel,
yodel.
yodel, yodel.
Lederhosen, probably a bratwurst and 2 beers. And
Bratwurst.
A bratwurst.
some sort of sausage
boy.
and beers.
Some sort of sausage. And he actually means literally sausage. ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
not attached to anything.
Not the German daddy.
Not someone's sausage.
Yeah.
Right. No, I'm going to find a nice bra line.
Nice.
Okay.
No shiza.
No shiza.
No shiza.
Hope no shiza. With a girl or a guy.
I mean, I'm 48 hours in. If there's shiza, I'm leaving the country anyways.
Gross.
One in Germany.
Someone just emailed me today, my Ask Annie email, because, my radio show was supposed to happen yesterday and the power went out. But anyways, some dude was all like, so you into scat? And I'm like, what the fuck kind of question is that? No, absolutely not. Why would you even ask me that? Gross. Anyways.
Because he's into it. That's why he asked.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I mean, I'm definitely not. So.
Ew.
Yeah.
You should have been like, are you a monkey?
I literally emailed and I said, ew, that's fucking disgusting. I don't know why you would ask me that. And then he emailed me back, well, then what are you into? Google it, motherfucker.
The proper
Like,
response
are
is,
you a chimpanzee? Is that why you're into shit throwing?
No, are you a
Like,
human toilet? Because...
hey, no offense to human toilets. Charlotte's totally a good person.
All right, fine. Charlotte's a good person, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't play with scat.
She might.
Okay, never mind. Moving on.
I'm just saying.
Moving on.
The proper response is, I'm only into scat if you're offering 6 figures.
10.
10 figures? You want to be a billionaire off of playing with some poo? Like, what the fuck, Cruz?
I'm not gonna do it for 6 figures. Yeah, you're fucking mind. God damn it.
What? 5 minutes of nastiness for fucking...
Wait, hang on. What do you have to do with the poo?
Yeah, what do you have to do with the poop?
What?
Does it have to go anywhere near my mouth or my face? Because if it doesn't, I'll put my hands in some poop for 6 figures.
I mean, I'll even wipe it on my face.
Like
for
I'll
6
even
figures.
for 6 figures, I'll put I'll definitely need some poop.
As long as it's not
I'm
going,
probably not gonna put it on me.
as long as it's not going to my nostrils or my mouth.
If we're gonna go with that route, all right, I will touch it with my hands, nothing else, for 6 figures.
Yeah, that's fair. Like
That's
I,
reasonable.
But if someone
and the reason I
says
justify this is because I have touched dog shit so many fucking times
Yeah,
with my
right.
hands, like that, cleaning it up. That like a little poop on the hands is not that fucking
yeah,
bad.
and you said something about 5 minutes. So if it's 5 minutes of playing around with
Yeah,
poop,
like if it's just
Play-Doh,
5 minutes, if I don't have to
fine.
sit in a tiny room with it for an hour, then that's a different story.
For 6 figures, I'll draw war paint on my face.
Okay, no.
Nah, you got to pay me 7 at least for that.
Hey, about a year's salary for 20 minutes of work, whatever.
20 minutes of not
How-
for 6
if-
figures.
I'm talking about like cleansing myself, including
I
that 20
can't
minutes.
believe that we are entertaining this conversation.
Yeah, let's talk about something else, shall we?
Why? I'm trying to make 6 figures.
No, but it is.
Anyone listening right now, Slayer here says that he will play around with poop for you. He'll put it on his face for 6 figures. So
You gotta pay up front.
any fucking bidders going once, going twice, yeah.
No.
must pay up front.
Half at the beginning
No,
and
no,
half
no.
at the end.
All up front, I'm trustworthy. I'm on the media.
I'm trustworthy.
All up front.
Made me spill my
boy.
drink all over myself with that one.
Yeah, good thing we're not drinking milk. It would have come out of my nose.
Whiskey out the nose is not good, by the way. Don't do it.
Not good at all.
Woo! Some
Nope.
good whiskey.
So where were we on? Serious subjects instead of playing with poop?
Yes, yeah. Let's
Gross.
go back to serious stuff.
I don't even know what the fuck we were talking about. What made us get it? Oh, I was
not-
talking about an email that I got. Oh,
The
God.
email, yes, that's
People
right.
ask me the darndest things, I swear.
So 7 figures for scat play for golden showers.
We're really still talking about. I would rather someone piss on me than fucking play
Well,
with
obviously
poop.
it's easier to clean off.
I will fucking gargle that shit for 6 figures. I mean, if it's watered down.
No asparagus.
Yeah, I don't. Ugh. Pete probably doesn't taste very good.
If it's watered down, it just tastes like water. I think.
I suppose it's still the thought that makes you not want to put it in your mouth, and stuff. But
I just know if someone drinks a bunch of water and they're hydrated, the pee's not.
well,
gonna-
yeah. Then you pretty much are peeing out water,
Yeah.
but
No.
still imagine it probably has a little
Like if it's just
little twinge
if
to it.
it's like the morning, the first morning piss,
Yeah,
forget
yeah,
about it. I
yeah,
don't think so,
yeah.
Tim. That ain't happening. Nope.
yeah.
Nope. No,
No,
way,
no,
no, how.
No.
This didn't get weird at all.
No, yeah, we just kept it going, didn't we? All right,
Well,
moving on. So
but it's-
how about them Lakers? Yeah, all right.
It's us though, so it's not like we're not really. This is
We're like,
the opportune 3 people to not give a fuck
Eh.
about this conversation. Hey,
kinda like,
let's talk about pee and poo on this podcast. Behold, this is my field where I grow my fucks. Lay thine eyes upon it and see that it is barren.
And we haven't gotten kicked off iTunes yet.
We did a whole episode where we talked about anal.
Oh well, then this can't possibly be that bad.
Honestly, people feel anal is less dirty than playing with scat.
Yeah, let's just stop talking about poop already.
Okay, seriously, moving on.
Seriously.
Bowel
moving on.
moving on. Sorry, I'm gonna edit that out.
And
That
with
was-
that, I am going to.
You always say you're gonna edit
fire
it
up
out,
my
and then
torch.
you never do.
Sometimes I do.
Sometimes you do.
Not
Sometimes.
often. The blowtorch is back out.
The blowtorch.
Yes, indeed.
Sorry, I should have warned you.
Fire!
Like torching.
Torching. I am
Torching.
empty on whiskey and
I'll get the
ice.
bottle right now.
I had the bottle. I need ice.
Okay.
Wait a minute. You brought Starbucks cake pops? Where the fuck's my cake pop?
I'll share it. You guys want some? It's really yummy.
That sounds dirty.
I definitely want some of Annie's cake.
Giggity.
No, really though, whatever that is, it's pink and
It's really delicious, and I'm gonna cut
Jimmy's on it. Is that what it is? What is it? Oh no way.
Okay.
So I take like a tiny little bite out of it.
I was gonna cut it, but it's not just bite it. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, whatever you want to do.
Hey guys, I feel like we're just.
Oh god, it smells so good.
No, bite it. Just pass it around.
So yeah, we probably should get back on point at some point. Where
Oh my god.
It's like a birthday cake.
Okay. What's a good mark for me to?
Thank
come
you,
in?
Annie.
Well, let's see. We were. Isn't that
Wow.
yummy? You can't tell me that's not yummy. And I like how you're stealing it from me, Matthew.
Yes.
That was
Hand it over right now. God damn it. Okay,
That was
anyways.
very good.
It's yummy, isn't it? You guys can keep eating it. Just give me the last bit.
No, I'm good. I just
No,
wanted
I would deep
that
throat this
was very-
motherfucker.
Give me my motherfucking
Dude,
cake pop.
I was gonna say take it away because if I get it that my
Cruz,
hands on
next
that
time you
thing
bring
again,
3 of
it's
those.
gonna fucking disappear very
You know what? I
fast.
should have. Here, you guys can split that.
It's fucking. Oh, anyways, we need to get back on like a real subject because no one
Okay.
wants to hear about cake pops and anal.
All right, fine.
Actually, I'm pretty sure everyone wants to hear about cake
All
pops.
right,
and
go.
anal.
Let's talk more about cake pops and vanilla.
Delicious cake pops.
So, Comic-Con is coming up this week.
So we're gonna be there. This will not air by.
San Diego Comic Con.
Cruz,
Yes,
Speaking of which, do you have my badge arranged?
I know a guy. Wait, I know a guy.
So what you're telling me is I have to stuff my fucking shirt and pretend I'm a girl?
Probably.
It means a Wales convention.
Yes.
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 No, but seriously, Comic Con is coming up, and Annie, you're going.
I'm going from
And
Thursday to Sunday.
I am tentatively going, and if I go, I will be going with my tripod and probably doing some fun Fallouty costume or something.
I will be there on Sunday.
Yes.
Just Sunday.
I just got to score you a badge. It's going to happen.
Yeah, because otherwise I have to fly to Oakland for Rob Flynn's 50th birthday bash.
Oh, that's right. You're doing that on
Yeah.
Saturday?
I'm flying to Oakland on Saturday and then flying to San Diego on Sunday.
Jesus Christ.
I may die
nuts.
this coming weekend.
You're going to fucking
Nuts,
be too
yeah.
hungover. You're going to be like, I can't.
Yep.
I can sleep on planes.
I can too, but it's hard to achieve that status.
I'm a weirdo. I can fall asleep in the oddest fucking places.
When I was in basic training, I could fall asleep in just about any position, but that was because when you're in basic training, you don't get any fucking sleep unless
Oh,
you
God.
teach yourself how to do that. Like you literally have to. Like we would be sitting like and have to like do our rifles or something in front of us, and I taught myself how to sit Indian style like this. With my hands down and just put my head down and fall asleep like that. It's so bad for your neck, but you would get these little 30 seconds of sleep here and there.
Oh my God. Little
micro
power
naps.
naps.
Little micro naps, yep.
I remember-
Can't even call them power naps at that point.
Yeah, micro nap. I've done that before. I remembered
Drill
I
sergeant
was
comes
up
over
for
and kicks you.
I was up for over 24 hours once, and then I knew I was going to leave the next day for one of those party cruises, where you have to be 21 to
Yep.
get on. All everybody does is fucking party and stuff like this. Is like 2011, and I remembered I had no sleep. We get in our fucking cabin. It's me and 3 other girls, and I climb to the top bunk, and I'm sitting there with my hand on my head on my hand, and I closed my eyes for a minute, and I snapped out of it. And I was like, holy shit, how long was I out for? I felt like I fell asleep for 30 minutes. And my girlfriend looked at me funny and she's like, are you fucking with me? And I'm like, no, how long was I out for? She was like, dude, you closed your eyes for a minute. And that minute that I fell asleep and snapped out of it, I felt refreshed. I was like, what the fuck?
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, I was like, all right, let's do this. Let's fucking party. Holy shit. Yeah. I'm a weirdo when it comes to sleep.
That's awesome.
So where are we partying on Sunday?
I have no idea because you're coming down on the last day, which everybody's kind of winding down and
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's the worst day for partying.
yeah. I'm the first party I'm going to is the Machinima party on Thursday.
I would like to, but I have metalhead responsibilities.
True.
Is Lawrence going?
No.
It's just not his scene, huh?
It's not a scene. And when I took him last year, he was like, never been here before. It was great to check it out once, it's cool that I got to check it out once, but I don't need to see it again. basically.
It's just kind of a one-time thing for some people.
Yeah, for some people that never experienced it,
It's cool
they
to go
experience,
once, but they don't feel the need to go back.
And he enjoyed it. It wasn't like he hated it. He enjoyed
of
it,
course.
but he was like, it's one of those things where I don't need to go again because he's not really hardcore into it like I am. I go to panels and shit. I don't just
No, of course.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny though. That one time that the three of us were at the convention, and he ran into the actor that he was almost going to play that one thing.
Oh my God, where were we? Were we at Kamikaze or WonderCon?
I think it was one of the two, and I don't remember the name of the actor, but it was the OJ.
It was the guy who played Kato. Or no, it wasn't the actor. It was actual Kato Kaelin.
Actually, Kato Kaelin.
So
that's right.
we were
Tell
at
this fucking story.
we were at
This
one
is
of the cons in LA, right? Like one of the smaller ones. It was either Kamikaze or WonderCon, one of the two. And we're walking around, and Lawrence, he auditioned to play Kato Kaelin in the what was the movie? The People versus OJ.
Yeah, it was
On
the
FX?
fucking the Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, and I didn't notice him, but since he researched the role, to audition for it, he recognized him right away. He's like, "Is that Kato Kaelin?" I'm like, "Where? Like, what? Where are you seeing this?" And
Kato what?
And then he runs up to him, and sure enough, it's fucking the Kato Kaelin. And he was like, "Oh, what's going on, man?" And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Like, if this isn't awkward at all, but like, I was supposed to be you.
Yeah, he's like, "I was going to play you in the TV show. Some other dude got it instead of me."
I was going to play you in a dramatization. No, but it was cool. I guess it was kind of a cool moment for him, and it was cool for us to watch him in his moment of, enjoyment. It was fun. It was like fun for him to be able to meet the actual person he had done a ton of research about potentially playing in a project. I mean, that's cool. That would be cool.
That's definitely pretty rad.
I think what I think is actually really cool about that is because he didn't get the part.
Yeah.
Some other dude got the part. But he still got to meet the dude he researched to play.
Yeah,
anyway.
right.
So it was like totally. It was kind of full circle, and it was rewarding no matter what. Anyway.
No, it definitely was.
I mean, it was literally a 60-second meeting, and the dude was gone.
Yeah, he was like getting a hot dog or some shit. Right?
We caught him right in the middle of being in line at the food court.
That's how he noticed him, and then he like went up to him, and he was like, "Oh, where's
No, remember, he wasn't gonna go up to him, and I was like, "No, you motherfucker, you go fucking talk to him," because I'm that guy. I was like, "You go fucking talk to him. You're gonna be sorry you didn't talk to him if you don't go talk to him."
Regret it later.
So Kato got a hot dog, got in a fucking Bronco or some shit? What the fuck? What happened?
No, he just.
How did he escape?
Oh,
He was like literally at the food court because he was on break from.
because he was there at a booth. He was.
Yeah,
at a
wasn't
booth.
he at his own booth or something
he
was there with a booth.
with
Like,
a
he
booth?
was
It wasn't
there-
his booth. It was
Yeah,
somebody else.
But
Because
he
I
was there
remember
like
him.
being the model.
That's
for
a bad booth bunny.
for the booth. and he cited that he had to get back to the booth.
And he's like,
I
"Oh yeah,
guess.
come check out the booth." Then we
Yeah,
went
he
back.
told us to go check out.
And then we
the
went
booth
over there, and they said, "Oh, he's left already."
yeah.
Nice. For our audience that doesn't know.
It was a little while later. I mean,
Yeah, because we waited. We were like,
but
whatever.
still.
For our audience that doesn't know, a booth bunny is the hot girl who's at the booth to try to convince people to come by.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he
those
was
are
a terrible booth bunny.
yeah, like the brand ambassadors.
I don't mean to be rude, but Kato Kaelin is not hot.
No,
Was Kato Kaelin ever hot?
I don't think
Don't
so.
think so.
No. I named my dog after him. Well, my dad rather named my dog after him.
But your dog's name is Dougie.
No.
I'm sure he thinks that he is or was, and that's all that matters.
At the time when that whole thing went down, we had a dog when I was young, and my dad was like, "Let's name him Kato," and I was like, "Why?" Kato Kaelin.
Oh Jesus.
That's fucked up.
Oh Jesus.
It was a little cocker spaniel poodle mix named Kato.
Oh boy.
Who just freeloaded?
Oh boy.
Oh man. Yeah, but Dougie Fresh is good though.
Oh, Dougie Fresh, who puts me to shame.
We've all discussed that Dougie Fresh puts most of us to shame.
I like, dude. If we rolled all of our dicks out and measured them together consecutively, they wouldn't measure up to Dougie's.
I had to warn my new roommate about that. I was like, by the way,
I warned him too.
Listen,
yeah. I was like, if you ever see Dougie's thing come out, he knows and he feels ashamed. So you can't like react like shocked. You just have to let him. You just have to leave him alone and let him go in the corner.
Yeah, but does he know? Like, does he know how head hanging he makes men at your apartment? Like how
Honestly,
depressing and how saddening and how just generally like I get so down when I see it because they're just I'll never compare.
Aw, Dougie Fresh.
But he does get. She's right. He does get. For the listeners that don't know, Annie has this really adorable dog. I'm sure you've talked
looks like
about
a
him.
white
I'm sure
Ewok,
you've talked about him
honestly.
on here plenty of times.
yeah.
He's like, all right. Check this out. No one that's listening to this probably has not seen Star Wars, which means they probably also haven't seen, or probably have not also seen Empire Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm.
Dougie Fresh is like if you miniaturized the Wampa monster from Hoth, right? But kept the dick the same size as the Wampa monster. Like that's the best description that I can possibly.
I like that description.
I can
actually.
possibly
Yeah.
think of. I think it's the McKenna that gave me that
Cheers
description.
to that.
Cheers, everyone. Yep, that seems about accurate.
But really, that's. I mean, he literally is like a miniature Wampa monster with a giant dick. Like that is, it's like he's got his own lightsaber almost.
It boggles my mind that how Dougie doesn't die every time he gets an erection.
Dude, honestly, I was actually having this discussion with someone. They're like, dude, do you think it like hurts him? Because he's so tiny. And it's not like, you know how, okay, I've had male dogs throughout my life. They hump shit, right? But they also don't have the monstrosity that Dougie has, and you would think that Dougie would like to hump shit.
I wonder if it like hurts
He
him.
doesn't, because every time it comes out, he's always hunched over, like contorting his body.
That's what I mean. I wonder if it's like
Yeah,
like
I really think that
uncomfortable.
he's in pain because he's always looking at me like, what? Almost like,
think
what do I
about it
do?
like
I don't know what to
that.
do with this fucking thing. I want it to go away. And then like, at some point,
Yeah, maybe I hope it's not painful, and he kind of maybe just is confused and he doesn't really know. Like,
Is
what-
he like
Yeah.
a young girl with big old fat tits that she has to get breast reduction? Like,
I
getting
feel
back problems
okay.
from his
My
dick?
girlfriend.
I'm not sure you can get is there a penile reduction? Can
I don't
you
know, but my
get
girlfriend
that? Is
did
that a
take Dougie.
thing?
She did take Dougie to a vet and was like, "What's wrong with him?" and
Man,
the
it's
vet was
just-
all like, "Nothing's wrong with him. He just has a big dick." And I'm like, "You can't be serious." Like,
But like, no, I mean, I'm like, all right, on the real, obviously it's not bigger than mine or yours, but on the real, like,
You don't know that.
listen to me. Okay, well, it's not bigger than mine. It's not bigger than mine, but on the real, it's like, you know, I mean, like, it's on some level, it's got to be almost
No, proportionally, he's
human sized, like
Yeah.
small.
No, it's definitely-
smaller.
I mean,
on the smaller size, but human size.
No,
yeah, but
it's-
for something that weighs 5 pounds,
Yeah.
Dude, he's
Well-
like 80% body and 20% dick.
well,
like,
one of my really good friends that we had on the show, he was saying if he
might as well be a tripod and have a dick that wears a
Yeah,
you know, a
it's the
paw.
size of his
like,
fucking. It's bigger than his leg, and my friend was saying he can't even like mate with a dog his size because he would break her. Like we would have to like mate
Oh,
him. We'd have to
man.
have him breed with like a Great Dane or something and just hold him.
Jesus Christ, if I had a dick that was 20% of my body weight, I'd have a 24-pound dick.
Yeah.
Well, that's only 10%. Shit, that'd be a
that does
48-pound
not
dick.
sound pleasant.
Yeah, a 48-pound dick would be
But
pretty
all
bad.
I know is every time I have come across him when it's like out and I try not to like react to freak him out, he always has this look of confusion on his face. Like, I don't know what to do.
Many men have hung their heads and walked away from your apartment doors. Eddie Cruz. Many men, and many
True.
more, and many more will. As long as you got that doggy around. No, I
You
love.
must
I,
be
lo-
bigger
I love
than Dougie
me.
to ride.
I love me some Dougie. I just have to accept that he has a bigger dick than I do, and it's not going to change.
Nope, not until he dies, because dog ears.
Oh,
I don't want to think about that,
I don't
though.
wanna think about that
no,
either.
because he's a cute little
Dougie
Wampa
Fresh.
monster from Hoth, and he totally wants to eat my tauntaun.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, Dougie Fresh.
I really hope your viewers have watched Star Wars.
Yeah,
That's gonna sound all fucked up otherwise.
I'm sure they anybody listening that understands that reference will probably be like, what the fuck?
If we have people that are listening that haven't seen Star Wars, I'm very confused.
There's a lot of people that haven't seen Star Wars.
Yeah, but that are fans of you and I.
My girlfriend has not seen Star Wars.
She's also very young though, so I give her that
Yep.
pass.
She's younger, so she hasn't seen a lot of shit.
How young's your girl?
21.
Good on you, sir. Good on you.
Yeah. Well, I don't do grave robber style, or rather, grave robber. No, I was thinking about the
Grave robber.
Sorry, I just posted the
Cradle robber.
Hobby Lobby article the other day. How they got caught grave robbing, cradle robbing. No, I don't do that shit. But it's a fun situation there because her mom and her dad really like me, and had to kind of talk with her mom where I was like, I kind of feel bad about my age, and she was like, you shut it, you make my daughter happy. You just keep making my daughter happy. And I was like, okay, Mom, that sounds good to me. So
I'm at a point where next year I could have, fucked a 21-year-old into existence.
I'm not even sure what that statement means.
Well, I lost my virginity 20 years ago, so
Next year,
next year I could fuck a 21-year-old into existence.
So you could have potentially made a baby 20 years ago.
He's getting it. He's getting it.
I got you now. Took me a second, though.
Yes. But thankfully I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. If I had been a father 20 years ago,
Wow.
that kid would have had a lot of issues.
Yeah, I was almost a father once.
I was almost a
You were also a father once.
Yeah, you
Cruz,
were. Yeah,
what
you
the
were.
fuck?
Yeah, you were, bruh.
I was almost a daddy.
You were, bruh.
Some of the girls like to call me daddy, not gonna lie, but yeah, I was almost a mommy once upon a time. God. It would have been 7.
Yeah, we've talked about this.
7 years old, yep.
Thankfully, as many times as I've nutted in people with no condom on, no pregnancy scares. I'm pretty sure I shoot blanks.
Don't say that, because I thought that I was unable to have children, and then
Yeah, that would.
and he didn't even come inside me. Like, that's why I always PSA, ladies, get on birth control, because you do the pull-out method, you can still fucking get pregnant. Okay, that's what happened to me. But now I have an IUD and I'm happy.
Yeah, I hear those are pretty fantastic.
No pregnancy, no bleeding.
No pregnancy. I haven't had a period in 7 years.
Oh, bro, that is fucking amazing.
I don't even remember what the fuck.
I mean,
that's
well, I don't really know what it's like to have a period, so I can't really say that's amazing. Like, it's so great or anything, but sounds pretty amazing.
It's pretty rad. I mean, you don't have to put a towel under her ass.
Well, if I knew that I was going to bleed for several days each month, but that I didn't have to, yes, then it would be awesome.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
And
I don't
you
need
get
to be a woman to know that would not be a good thing to have to deal with, and if you didn't have to deal with it, that would be cool. Yeah. Moving on.
Pretty nifty. Stop talking about dead babies. Anyways.
Dead babies.
I'm just talking about non-existent babies, not dead babies.
Okay, fine. Well, I was talking about.
No, I mean, you were talking about dead babies.
I was talking about dead babies, but let's moving on.
Let's move
Cruz.
on.
You weren't talking about dead babies. You were just talking about dead your bodily tissue.
True.
I
mean, it's not like we were telling like dead baby jokes or anything. It's not like we were saying shit like, like what's the difference between a dead baby and a truckload of dead babies and a truckload of inflatable life rafts?
What's that?
You can only unload one with a pitchfork successfully. No, it's not like we're saying anything like that. So moving on.
Are you working on any projects right now?
Just some, toys for wealthy children and collectors and whatnot. I mean,
Sex toys?
No, not those kinds of toys. Light up guns and stuff like that.
So sex toys.
He makes a lot of props. And
Ray
stuff.
guns, props, basically. Yes, for cosplayers and collectors and, but no, nothing big. Although. May have something in the near future for Wayside Productions, who does the Fallout web series. There's a lot of Fallout web series, but the Fallout web series, the one that if any of them was going to be the actual one, this would be the one. And so that's pretty cool because they hit me up recently and said, "Hey, we are going to hit you up soon, and we have some work for you. And I don't usually ask because if it's them, it usually is going to be something Fallout related, which means I'm all in.
Nice. What was that look? That was a legit nice.
Nice. Wait, no, it's like here, you say it.
Nice.
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 It's like that's the fucking South Park. Nice. Nice. Nice.
I'm sure the listeners are going to love this shit. Love it. This is what happens when you get 3 drunk assholes and microphones together.
Yep, that's true. Actually, that's very true. Very, very true. Mm-hmm. So when you go to Comic-Con, are you just coming down for one day or what?
Everything depends on the badge
ticketing,
situation. Yeah. I would like to. Funny story. I would like to come down for more than a day because there's a friend of mine. I'm not going to mention any names, but there's a friend of mine who is very gorgeous and she has implants, and she and I have always wanted to do this funny trick, which now my girlfriend wants in on, and since the two of them already know each other, they're totally already girling it out. Like, oh my God, it's so great that you want to see this too. I love boobies. You love boobies. Wants to do this funny trick where we shine flashlights through them because apparently that looks really fucking really cool and interesting. And I was like, dude, I already love boobs, so you don't have to sway me there at all. But like for the sake of science, this is something that I need to see. Like,
I agree.
And like we were all kind of in agreement. So I'm hoping that I get to go down and actually
do that.
Get to go and hang out with this chick and my girlfriend back at her hotel. It's not going to be anything like that. I mean,
yeah.
Much as I wouldn't be opposed, it's not going to be anything like that.
Whoa. Cruz and I need to be there for science.
Yeah.
But for science, I'm super fucking excited. The nerd in me is like, holy shit, I'm going to get to see an implant via a flashlight through human flesh. This is going to be awesome.
How many candlelight power do you need to see through boobs?
Not very much, but it has to. It can't be nothing. Like it has to be.
Are you gonna use like a big flashlight, like a mag light?
Probably dude. To be honest, the like flashlight on your phone is
really
probably enough.
Damn.
Really? I feel like
pretty bright.
Is this a thing?
You know, like look it up. No. I mean, it's totally a thing because that's where we even learned about it was the interwebs.
Yeah.
Wow. But
how big are her tits that you're gonna like?
Oh, they're not giant. They're not big or anything. They're moderate.
Hollywood moderate or America moderate?
She's Asian and so she was she's very strong and so they were I guess not what she desired, and she only made them just what she desired, not ridiculous or anything like that.
Okay, so she wanted proportion to her body.
Yeah. I think that to be honest, she fools a lot of people. A lot of people wouldn't even know.
Oh, okay, so it's very proportioned to her body then probably.
I'm gonna give her doctor a kiss on the cheek when I meet him if I ever do.
Shit.
Like, dude, it's like a work of fucking art.
Damn.
Sorry, I like boobies.
Me
so
too.
I'm a boob girl.
Good.
I'm glad we're all in agreement there.
Good nipple placement. No fucking.
Don't know there, but I'm gonna assume yes.
You should find out for science.
Yes, I'm thinking I'm probably going to for science if I come down and stay at Comic-Con rather than just drive down for the day.
So what you're saying is Sunday we're meeting up for something?
It's more likely going to be Saturday before you get there.
I hate you all.
Yeah, I told you're coming on the day where everybody
Saturday, if I even go to Comic-Con just for the day, it's going to be Saturday. If I get a badge for Saturday and or Sunday, I would go for Saturday and then stay overnight and then go back on Sunday. Especially since my dog's going to be with me and my parrot will be okay.
Your parrot.
You can take your dog to Tijuana if it needs backup treatment.
The stem cells.
Yeah.
For the stem cells. All for the stem cells. Maybe when we get there, we'll find out that Christopher Reeve is not actually dead and that he's alive and stealing all the stem cells like in South Park.
Oh my god!
Do you remember when they did that in South Park?
Yeah,
it
was like slurping babies.
Oh God! I accidentally got us back on a fucking dead babies again. I didn't even mean to do that, and now we're back
It
on Dead
always
Babies
happens,
again.
though. Like, oh, we're
we
talking about-
accidentally gravitated
Every
right back
episode,
to
we're just
fucking Dead
drinking
Babies.
Dead
Every
babies.
Oh,
episode, we're
Jesus.
talking about shit, and then we're like, okay, let's not
Dead
talk about
babies.
shit anymore. And then, oh, we're talking about shit again.
Dead Babies.
Bah.
Tonight, it's dead babies.
Dead babies aren't really people.
That's getting edited
There's
in
that.
post.
Yeah.
No, that's staying.
No, that should definitely get edited in post. This is terrible.
Our listeners expect me to say a certain quota of horrible shit.
This is terrible.
They're like, who is this guy? Fuck him. Anyways.
They do. Have you seen our iTunes ratings? That's pretty.
Yeah, the one negative rating that we have,
Pretty nice, actually.
they're complaining about you, Matt.
Just the one.
Just the one.
Actually, the most recent rating. Shout out. We got a 5 stars from. I'd have to look up a dude's name, but he's like, "Yo, good podcast, Matt. You lucky."
Wait a minute. So we have another one.
Matt, you are lucky. This is a great fucking person to have as your co-host on this.
I agree.
I'll drink to that.
I mean, I don't know
kidding.
you too well, but I know her. We've known each other a year now.
Yeah.
We hang out as much as possible, and this bitch is my bitch.
No, she is an excellent co-host. But it's not luck. This was engineered.
Yeah.
He's like,
Engineer.
I planned this all along. Yes.
Not all along, but
Excellent. Yes, Smithers.
excellent.
I was just doing that. I was like, yes.
But there was some planning. It wasn't just like, oh, Andy showed up at my house one day. I'm like, oh, hey, have a mic.
Yeah. True.
There's a little forethought that went into this shit.
True.
Not much, but a little. But yeah, no, we totally have iTunes rating that's like some dude being like, Matt, you lucky.
Matt, you lucky.
Exactly how it's written. Exactly how it's written.
That's good. Matt, you lucky.
And, I've made it this far. I haven't been hit in the head by a brick in traffic. Yeah, I'm lucky.
Oh my god.
Oh, but back to that.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Callbacks are a thing. What?
No.
Now I know what I'm gonna look
yeah,
at
no.
when I'm fucking bored at night. And I
It
can't
would
sleep.
just not be fun to get hit
Live
with
leaks.
a brick.
Live leaks,
in
y'all.
traffic.
Live leaks.
I'm hoping that it just went down so quick that she didn't realize what happened.
I mean, dude, that's some final motherfucking destination.
That is, dude.
With
That
lot-
totally is.
A lot less hotter chicks.
What?
There are a lot of hot chicks in Final Destination.
That all die very like fucked up ways.
Somebody's into it.
We're gonna go tanning in the tanning salon, and then all of a sudden they die in the tanning bed.
I think
that
my
was
favorite
3.
one out of all of them was where the girl accidentally falls against the nail gun in the third one. And the nails
my
go like straight
God.
through her fucking head. That shit was awesome.
That was the one with the roller coaster, right? The third
Yep.
one.
Although the elevator with the head in the second one and the giant pane of glass in the second one was pretty fucking rad.
I'm trying to remember the one in the second.
Oh, fucking Stifler's death. The
Oh,
license
in the
plate,
first
the license
one?
plate
Yeah,
through the top of the
dude.
head. That
He's
was
like, "Who's
fucking
next?"
awesome. That was fucking awesome, dude.
Whenever you can murder Stifler.
Pretty much every one of the deaths in the first one was like.
Oh yeah, the
rad
first
as
one was
hell.
definitely like holy crap.
Although, in terms of like opening scenes,
Mm-hmm.
the second one definitely takes the cake for every single one of them.
What was the second one? Because I
The
can't
fucking giant highway crash with like
Oh, the
100
yeah,
cars,
yeah,
like where like
yeah.
everybody fucking
Oh
like the log falls
no,
off the truck.
I was
and
just gonna
goes right
say
through the cop.
I couldn't
car and
remember
through
which
the
one
cop's
that was
head and,
because
like,
my sister was driving on the
nuts.
highway and then she took a picture, a Snapchat actually in front of her because it was a fucking truck with logs and shit.
I never drive
And-
behind them for that
yeah,
very
and
fucking
she was
reason.
right behind it in traffic. She sends me a Snapchat with the caption, "This is some Final Destination shit." I'm like, "What are you doing behind it?"
Do you know how many fucking times I have tweeted the words or chatted the words or Facebooked the words or whatever? This is some Final Destination shit.
Yeah, dude.
Like, while there's a giant fucking log truck or some shit right in front of me carrying telephone poles or whatnot.
That's why every time I see that, I'm like, I'm gonna
Bro,
move
I do
to
not
the
travel
left.
behind those shits because I'm waiting for Final Destination to happen.
Yeah.
Right? Honestly, the writer and director of those movies have their place in it. They're immortal because of that shit. Because it is such a cultural reference from now on. From now into eternity. Like, that is some Final Destination shit.
That is some Final Destination shit.
I actually am almost positive that is some Final Destination shit has already become a coined phrase that's been used at least once or twice in a film. Like that wasn't a Final Destination.
Oh, right, like a film where they're trying to
a film where they're
reference.
referencing Final Destination, as in
I'm
that is
sure
some
it
Final
has,
Destination
man.
shit.
It
Like
has to.
I'm
It has
almost
to have.
fucking positive.
I mean, yeah, it has to. My fuck. I'm looking this up right now. Actually.
I knew it. I was like, she's fucking Googling it.
George Romero died.
And
Yeah.
Martin Landau.
Yeah.
Within hours of each other, and that was a horrible blow to the horror community
Yeah,
because
man.
they were both very, very, very loved in the horror community.
Did one of them die inside the other one?
What?
I asked, did one of them die inside the other one?
No, but I know that you figured out some weird number shit with that. I saw that on your Facebook page. I was like, holy shit.
7/17. Was it 7/17/17?
Yeah, 7/17/17.
7/17/17. Martin Landau. No. George Romero and Martin Landau die. George minus Romero plus Martin minus Landau equals George Martin. 7/17/17. Season 7 of Game of Thrones premieres. Coincidence?
Yeah, man.
I'll take it.
So I tried to look up that's some that's some Final Destination shit, and the first thing to pop up is some page on Reddit.
So
Ignore that.
maybe it wasn't used in a movie, but like I'm still almost positive that it's been a line in something.
It has to have. I don't know how I'm going to be able to find it. Wait, look, there's a quote. Oh, wait, no, that's Final Destination 5. Never mind. Never mind.
That would be really meta for
Look
Final
at-
Destination 5 to be
look
like,
at
that's
it.
some Final Destination shit.
If it hasn't, we'll make a movie that has it in it. I know this is completely off topic, but is that a repro or an actual?
That's my roommate's. I believe that is an actual.
I have 3 actuals in my apartment. So, that's awesome.
Yeah, all the art in that room's mine.
Nice.
Oh,
So
except-
all of this is your roommates.
Yeah, that's Steve's. He has much better
I could
taste in
care
art.
less about those 3, but that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, I only have movie posters.
Nice. Yeah, I've got a ton of movie
You
posters.
still haven't hung any of those.
I have a whole
you hung
hallway.
these.
No, Steve hung those.
I have a whole hallway of movie posters where there's 2 rows on each wall,
Nice.
bottom and top.
Nice. Yeah, no, Steve.
And they're not 24 by 36s. They're like the bus stop size.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they're like the giant, big ones.
Nice. Nice.
It was like Interview with the Vampire,
Ooh.
Enemy at the Gates, and then I don't remember what the other one is, are the big ones, and then the smaller ones that I have are like Fear and Loathing, Fight Club, Return of the Jedi, Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars, and like 1 or 2 other, like Guardians of the Galaxy maybe. And I do have a custom print of for Legend that's fucking amazing.
wow.
And it's actually worth some money, but like
Sick.
it's really cool. So
Everyone has a Reservoir Dogs poster. Just everyone.
Yeah, he's like, let me think for a minute.
Yeah, no, I'm confusing my Rat Pack poster with I have that famous They're All Playing Pool Rat Pack poster.
Sick.
Not Reservoir Dogs. You made me think there for a second because I definitely do have a Grindhouse poster.
Speaking of Grindhouse.
And a Pulp Fiction poster. That's one of my posters.
Nice.
My movie posters.
Speaking of Grindhouse, which is your favorite part? Planetara or Death Proof?
Mine or yours? Or
Yours.
Yeah, both of
Andy's?
us.
I'm sorry because I really like Quentin Tarantino and I think he's awesome, but Planet Terror was definitely more my language when it came to the 2. I found Kurt Russell's character to be abrasive and fucking annoying in Planet Terror. I literally could not wait until they
In
killed
Death
him.
Proof or
Death Proof. I couldn't wait until they killed him. But the problems that I had with Planet Terror were that I wished that they gave Bruce Willis a much bigger role
Yeah.
than they gave him.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going
I
to throw
agree.
Bruce Willis in a movie, don't just give him some fucking lame-ass cameo where his head
Yeah.
explodes. Like, Quentin Tarantino's cameo was pretty fucking good and funny though. But like, yeah, no, when it comes to the two, come on, you can't like not laugh like fucking crazy at that. But when it comes to the two, Planet Terror was definitely more entertaining. There was way more special effects involved in Planet Terror than there was in
Well, especially in the Grindhouse like double feature format, Planet Terror was so fast.
Yes,
and Death Proof was so slow.
So slow.
That's true. That's very true.
I also really love the shit out of what's his name from 6 Feet Under. Little fucking what's his name? The Spanish actor. What's his name? Freddie Rodriguez.
Was it Freddie Rodriguez? Yeah. That's his name.
Is that his name?
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
Freddie Rodriguez Jr., right?
Yeah. That's it. Yep. Yeah, because 6 Feet Under was like one of my that show was like my shit, dude. I loved that show. So I loved him, and I loved how fucking Jeff Fahey and Michael Biehn wouldn't give each other the fucking recipe, and finally we're dying, and finally Jeff Fahey's like, all right, we're dying. I'll finally give you the fucking recipe now. So fucking good. Oh man, but that movie had a lot of really good. In addition to it just being Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino wrote it together, and it's like got both of their levels of humor involved, but it's more a Rodriguez helmed thing. It had the right amount of Quentin Tarantino humor and Robert Rodriguez humor, and the appropriate amount of Robert Rodriguez ridiculous like blood spray. And I mean, some of Tarantino's work is like that too, but you can always count on shit to end up being kind of ridiculous in a Robert Rodriguez movie.
Yeah, there's a difference between like Quentin Tarantino ridiculousness versus Machine Gun Leg Robert Rodriguez ridiculous.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Quentin Tarantino is ridiculous when it comes to things like blood spray, like when Orenishi cuts off that dude's head in Kill Bill, and his head is literally just like whoosh,
that was
like a fucking fountain.
That was super stylized. That was very intentional.
But I like that about Quentin. I mean, even dude, did we all three see what was the recent one?
What, Hateful Eight?
Hateful Eight?
Did we all see that?
Yeah.
Of course. I saw it on the road show.
Beautifully done. But even with large caliber revolvers, old school revolvers like that, you don't see entry and exit wounds that are like explode like paint like that. Like
no, of course not.
So, but I mean, it's for the movie. It's. I mean, when you shoot somebody with a .44 Magnum revolver, even as old school as that, you're gonna see a little bit of pop on their jacket and a little tiny hole.
Yeah, you're not going to see a squib.
Giant squib explosion.
Yeah.
Maybe on the back, if they're not wearing some thick ass clothing, maybe if it's just like a t-shirt or something like that, the t-shirt will be blown out and there will be some,
You'll mostly see people leak.
But you understand what I'm saying. What makes a Quentin Tarantino film is not just the dialogue, the acting, and the style, but the fact that the blood, the violence is completely cartoonized almost. It's made to look way like, here's not ridiculous, here's realistic, and here's so beyond realistic that it's ridiculous again. And that's where Quentin Tarantino's violence lies, in the scale of realism in terms of violence. But I love it. I mean, have you ever seen a Quentin Tarantino movie that you did not, sure you had problems with, but that you did not walk out of saying like, that was fun as fuck. Even if I didn't enjoy it, that was fun as fuck.
There's not a single one that I didn't enjoy.
I mean, I walked out of Inglourious Bastards and I was like, well, that's not how it went down, but oh my God, I love that as a Jew so much.
Come on, they murdered Hitler. Come on, what's wrong with that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, the historian part of me is like, wow, Quentin Tarantino really didn't like Hitler, But at the same time, I was like, well, I'm a Jew. I didn't really like Hitler. I don't really like Hitler either. So, that's it was a pretty cool ending.
I'm totally down with Eli Roth murdering Hitler. No matter what timeline I'm in.
Like with an MP40 machine gun to the face repeatedly.
It
was awesome. And how he stares into the camera while he's doing it. From the very bottom of his eyes.
Exactly. I had
No, dude, the whole thing, everything. That was a great movie. What's his name? Christoph Waltz in his breakout role
I
in that,
love
in
Christoph
the fucking
Waltz in
opening
that.
scene, the dialogue in the opening scene in 3 different languages, English, German, and French, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah,
I mean,
French.
Dude,
yes.
dude, that whole fucking scene was so
And he's
beautifully
Austrian
done.
too. He's fucking Austrian.
He's a great
Yeah,
actor.
effectively German.
Yeah, that's true.
completely underrated actor.
Yeah.
I loved him just as well in The Hateful Eight. I thought he was absolutely fucking fantastic.
I loved him in that. I loved him in Django.
I am Dr. King Schultz. This is my horse Fritz.
That's Django.
Or Django. Sorry, what did I say? The Hateful Eight. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Django. That's what I
Yeah.
meant.
I'm
Django was fucking fantastic.
It was.
Oh man, I mean, I could say a lot of things about that movie, but not without saying things I don't want to say on a podcast. You know, there's a lot of really naughty language in Django.
Oh
but-
no, not naughty language.
No, but it's stuff I don't. I mean, beyond where I want to go. And
No,
and-
none of us want to say the N word.
no, that's what I'm talking about. But you know, like that movie was fucking beautiful. Like, I mean, it's such Quentin Tarantino's movies are so fucking quotable. Like, there are so many great lines in Django, but I really like the opening scene where he meets them in the woods. And he's, trying to talk to them, and I'm just trying to ascertain, my good man. And he's like, speak English, goddammit. And it's fucking James Remar, what's his name, Dexter's dad. And,
Yep.
and he's just like, oh well, bang, bang, and like that. It's just so. Tarantino's openings, especially his openings, are so well orchestrated when it comes to like your old school. This is how action movies used to be, and thanks to Quentin Tarantino, still are.
Tarantino's dialogue is what does it for me. Like 100%.
Well, that's another thing that makes a Tarantino movie is that you get all of that fantastic camera work,
yeah.
action, special effects that
A lot of
are
stuff is beautifully
way
shot.
overly stylized, and you get ridiculously entertaining dialogue to go with it.
That's, I feel like, is part of my problem with Death Proof is I didn't feel like the dialogue was up to snuff.
Wait, which dialogue in what movie?
Death Proof?
Phil,
in Death
Phil
Proof, yeah.
Lamar and I have had several good laughs about the "oh my god, I shot Marvin in the face" scene.
From Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He appears at a lot of the conventions that I end up at, and he's a fun dude. And
Wait, is that the dude that we ran into? When
yes,
we,
he is. Short
He's the
little,
guy who got shot in the
short,
face.
Short
Yeah,
little,
yeah.
The short
Yeah.
little black guy, and he does the
This is the voice on Family Guy that we didn't even realize that he
He was
did.
also on Mad TV.
He does.
Yeah.
He did Mad TV. He does Samurai Jack's voice. He also does the voice of Cyborg on Teen Titans Go,
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
and he did do a voice on Family Guy.
It was the
I
weather
feel
guy.
like.
Hey, Wally, how's the weather? Looks like rain. I don't know. Like
Was
he always
it?
has like
Was
a
he
one.
the weather guy?
Yeah,
He might have been the weather guy.
Remember? Because
I
he
think
only says like
was.
one line every time they.
Who was his dog?
Yeah. And now the weather
Ollie.
with Wally.
Ollie.
Ollie? Is it Ollie? I thought it was Wally. Okay, Ollie. And now the weather with Ollie.
How's the weather, Ali? It's rain.
And then that's it. That's it.
Thank you, Ali. Hello, this is Tom Tucker.
Yeah.
the McFarlane voices. Yes. Look at him, fat man.
Holy shit.
My old
Phil Lamar.
roommate used to draw for Family Guy, which is kind of funny.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So Phil Lamar has 383 credits.
Dude, his voiceover talent carries, I think, even further than his on-screen talent, actually.
Well, IMDb lumps that all shit all together, so
Yeah. He's got a lot of voiceover credit and whatnot. Actually, that was one of the things the last time I ran into him that I was like so excited to tell him. I was like, guess what happened since the last time I saw you? It's like I got my first official fucking voiceover credit on IMDb. He was like, yeah. He was like, welcome to the world.
he played Baxter Stockman in Teenage Mutant Ninja
I'm a
Turtles.
voice.
Wait, what?
The fucking Fly?
The new one from 2012 to 2017.
That's super cool.
He's done some video game voices too, I think.
He has indeed.
Oh, that's amazing.
Speaking of video game voices, when I was at E3 last year, I ran into Roger Craig Smith, who, you wouldn't recognize him until you ran into him. And it was a friend of mine who I was actually looking for was standing there talking to him, and she introduced me to him. But I knew his name. I would never have recognized him. Short little bald guy. But he said his name, and I was like, "You're Sonic the Hedgehog."
Oh my god.
Like, and have been for like a decade. Like, at least. Maybe not the original Sonic the Hedgehog, but like you've been Sonic in all the cartoons. Like,
For a very long time.
yeah. And not just that. You're also Batman in the last 2 Arkham games. Like, since fucking, what's his name? Since Kevin Conroy stopped doing Batman's voice.
Which is a fucking shame.
It is a shame. No offense to Roger Craig Smith. It's just Kevin Conroy is... I mean, if not Michael Keaton, Kevin Conroy is Batman.
No, Kevin
in my
Conroy
mind.
played the
Are
role
you
much
kidding me?
longer.
Kevin Conroy, dude.
Well, Michael Keaton is the Sean Connery to James Bond of
Sure.
No, Michael
Screen-
Keaton is the fucking vulture. Whatever.
screen Batman.
Okay, can we just talk for a minute how
he gave that up to go to DC and become the Vulture.
He was the Birdman in the latest
So he's already played 3 winged creatures. In 3 different universes, one Marvel, one DC, and one neither.
Someone actually posted a meme on my page of Keaton and Tom Holland from Spider-Man, where Tom Holland says to Michael Keaton, I prefer Ben Affleck as Batman. And then he goes, oh, yeah, well, I prefer Tobey Maguire.
Holy shit.
That is
Oh, man.
funny. Please send that to me.
Oh, I'll send it to you because it's on my Facebook. It's fucking hilarious.
Please do. That's
I was
funny.
like, dude, I think there was more to that.
That's fucking
conversation,
rough.
too.
Fucking rough.
It was good though, and I was super surprised when the twist happened. I was like,
Yeah. I was like, I would have
What?
never guessed that
no,
one.
they do such a good job at distracting you for the previous portion of the movie
I saw it coming.
You never. No, get the fuck out of here.
Seriously, I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Really?
Because all the dialogue about, I do this for my family.
They even threw it off. No offense, not to sound stereotypical, but they purposefully threw you off by having him be Caucasian
Yeah.
and having them be African
Okay,
American.
that's true. That's true, actually.
No,
Purposefully threw. It's like, listen, it's like the joke: a father and son get into a car accident, or the riddle: a father and son get into a horrible car accident. Nice. Oh, that's amazing.
Nice.
Send it to me. Send it to me.
Cruz pulled up the meme.
A father and son get into a horrible car accident. They both get taken to a hospital, and the surgeon sees the patients and says, surgeon sees the son and says, "I can't work on this boy. He's my son." How's that possible?
Because it's his mother.
Okay, easy, right?
Right.
But it's
Not 30
there's-
years ago.
There's a red herring though there that throws you off into believing you're hearing so many male referenced terms that you're not thinking about
Well,
to apply
okay.
that to it. And
The reason I called it is because of my knowledge of script writing and the fact that Keaton went unresolved, and earlier in the movie they had a party at a rather lavish house.
Wait, what?
wait, where? When?
The house
that-
party was at her place.
Oh, that's right. Because remember the scene? Okay, we all know. Anybody that's listening that saw it, they'll know.
Hey, guess what? Spider-Man: Homecoming spoilers. If you haven't seen it yet, kill yourself.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just stop listening right now for like 30
Okay,
seconds.
I guess you have a point. Because remember when she had that party
In
and
a
it was
lavish house.
lavish house, and then Peter Parker and his little fucking Asian friend, they show up. Okay, all right.
Yeah, there's a lavish house, and then the Vulture went unresolved. I'm like, okay, he's her father.
I really didn't think about it.
I didn't think
dude.
that either.
really
I did
didn't
not think about it.
It's from a
Not gonna lie.
screenwriting standpoint.
You mean like the party where? No, I forget. Okay, I saw it, but when when the father's
So-
there, that's
No,
the first
they-
time the father's at the house is when
Right,
he picks her up
it's
for
the
the
first time
prom.
the father's at the house, but they have a lavish house.
The party is before that, though,
Right.
where him and the friend go to, and he has to leave because something's happening with the Vulture. But I forget, how does he? Oh, he's outside and he sees the explosion in the
Right.
distance, right? And that's
Right.
why he leaves.
And that was actually one of my big beefs with Homecoming, was the fact that, like, Why the fuck are your minions firing off guns in your neighborhood?
That's true. That is true.
Well, he gave him shit for it, remember?
Yeah, but
it can't be a
say,
Hollywood.
Like, hey, you shot that in my fucking backyard.
It can't be a Hollywood movie without some Hollywood.
Fair enough. Well, I may have mentioned this before. A friend of mine has been recently tasking me to poke holes in whatever he writes. So this is translated me into being super hypercritical at everything I watched recently.
Yeah.
It's just, it was well orchestrated. It was no Kaiser Soze or Tyler Durden, but I just didn't see it coming.
Neither did I.
I thought they did a great job.
When
with
that
it.
happened, I was like,
I saw it with my family, and my fucking dad turned to me and went, "Whoa!" Like in the middle of the movie theater.
Nice. But even with the twist, I super appreciated the dad talk. Michael Keaton
In the car when he sends her
Yeah.
in and he pulls the gun out and has it pointed towards him behind the seat. Yep.
which was also a really silly scene in some cases because it's in some respects. Because on one hand, it's I'm Spider-Man. You have no powers without a suit.
it's true.
It's oh, you have a gun, pink.
Yes. No, that is true. But I mean, think about it from beyond comic book realistic.
No, he's a nervous teenager.
Put yourself in Michael Keaton's shoes. You're in the front seat against somebody that even without a suit, you at least have some semblance of understanding is as strong as 80 fucking humans together and can lift up a bus with your bare hands. You're not going to leave yourself fucking unprotected while you're talking.
Also, not to
I
mention,
understand Michael Keaton's motivation.
not
100%.
to mention, they were also in a car in front of the school and in front of a lot of people.
Yeah.
That was what I kept thinking.
He was just. I think he had the gun out in a sort of there's no way that you'll fuck with me while I have this gun here, because if I am in a position where I can cause a crazy scene, and that would, if I'm gonna get found out, you're gonna get found out as well, and Peter Parker is not in a position where he's going to let that happen.
Well, it just was impactful as a scene in a movie.
Also, generally, you just don't fuck with somebody who's got a gun like you.
True, and he's young too. Also, to be fair, he is young. He's this
14-year-old,
is 14-year-old boy,
much less experience.
So even though he does have all these powers, he's sitting there okay, he's got a gun.
Yeah, the problem is one of my biggest beefs with the movie was the next scene after that.
When he ditched his date?
No.
Oh.
When Shocker was amazingly there already.
Oh yeah. Because that's true. Good point. Because
he revealed he was Spider-Man.
He only just found out that he was Spider-Man. Okay, I'm going to take you guys to the thing. But then, how did he get a hold? You know what I mean?
Right. There's no on-camera skin of him texting Shocker. And how did Shocker get there all fucking ready?
And how did he know to be in that back area? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
What if Peter Parker decided to go the front entrance?
Well, and in the time it took him to be sorry, I gotta go. That was 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hollywood.
Still a great movie.
Oh no.
Oh, I fucking loved it.
I
Best
super enjoyed
Spider-Man.
it.
I knew Tom Holland was his best Spider-Man when I saw him in Civil War. So.
As I said,
I love how they kind of rehashed that scene.
They did.
No, that was really fun. It was a super fun movie. As I said, because I've been tasked with poking holes in my friends' projects, I've just been poking holes in everything I've been watching recently. I made the mistake of rewatching Point Break recently. Holy fuck!
The original, right?
The original with Keanu.
Okay.
Holy fuck! That movie's stupid.
Which one?
Point Break.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's still pretty awesome.
No, it's fun.
It's pretty stupid.
It's super stupid. Well, it's oh, hey, these are your potential suspects. We're going to still involve you with the raid with no mask on. It's the dumbest thing ever.
I've been to the bank.
You've been to a lot of fucking locations, man. We need to go on a little excursion.
It's on. I think it's on. I don't remember what street. It's in Santa Monica, though. It's the one where they don't get one of them gets shot and they don't get they get botched.
When they go for the fucking vault?
Yeah, it's the botched robbery scene,
Yeah.
not the successful robbery scene.
Yeah, but there's so much stupid in Point Break. So much stupid. Like just on
When was the last time you had seen it before you rewatched it recently?
probably 10 years.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it in fucking forever. I barely
it's
remember.
definitely a ridiculous movie.
And I love Catherine Bigelow, so it's like, fuck. You're making me question like one of my favorite directors.
Oh shit, she did do that.
She did that. She did Strange Days, which is absolutely one of my favorite movies.
Wait, who's in
What did
Strange
she do?
Days?
She did something recently.
Hurt Locker.
Oh yeah. Well, no. Even she did something more recently than that, didn't she?
I'd have to Google, but she won the Oscar for
Yeah.
Hurt Locker?
yeah
that
for
was
Hurt
fucking
Locker.
excellent.
Bathroom break? Because I have to pee too.
Yeah, being off mic does not help.
No, it's fine. We're breaking because you can go
Hurt
pee.
Locker was amazing.
You know, we're actually like minutes away from wrapping this.
Oh, really? Okay, you go. Yes, you want to just wrap it? Okay.
But yeah, Hurt Locker was totally amazing. But it was just like, wow, Catherine Bigelow, you really don't understand law enforcement procedure in any way, shape, or form. Like, there is
Wait,
no...
did she write that movie as well?
I don't think so, but she might have had some hand in it.
Yeah, as the director, she definitely could have been like,
I
this
don't
is
think
dumb.
this happens
If we're
like
gonna-
in real life.
If we're on the subject of badass women directors, let's talk about the bitch that fucking just did Wonder Woman, dude. That movie was awesome.
Was that a woman that fucking?
Yes, it
Hell,
was.
yes, it was.
I had some people...
I don't
Wonder
remember
Woman.
what she directed before that, but it was like nothing. She had like nothing on her resume. Not remote.
Really?
Nothing that should have dictated them giving her a fucking DC movie, and she fucking nailed that shit.
Oh, come on.
Here's a
DC's
fun
like
fact.
wanting to give it away to anyone
You know,
who'll take it.
Lucy Davis.
But think about this. DC has not gotten it right at all yet.
No.
They have been crucified for not getting it right and having to play catch up with fucking Marvel. Only after I saw Wonder Woman did I start telling people that I thought that Marvel was in a position where they should have sweaty palms looking at DC's new project.
I had a lot of flaws with Wonder Woman. I enjoyed it. but-
I enjoyed it, and it had its flaws. Yeah.
Flaws, but it was a great. It was way better than fucking Man of Steel or Batman.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's
you know,
like fucking saying like a herpes sore is...
you know the woman who plays the secretary, Chris Pine's secretary, Lucy Davis.
Yeah, she's fucking hysterical.
Yeah, she was from the original Office, the British version of Office. Lawrence played her husband in a series that isn't out yet. That's in post-production.
Oh, shit.
Get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She was talking about it when they were on set, and then we went to go see it, and I was like, it's Lucy Davis with a wig, because she's blonde. So, like, but in
Oh,
the movie,
nice,
she's wearing
nice,
a brown
nice.
wig. So that's kind of funny.
She was fucking hysterical when she was like, fucking, I have been known to engage in a little bit of fisticuffs.
Yeah.
I fucking, dude, I was like, dying.
Yeah.
What's fucked up is Gal Gadot only made $300,000 for that movie.
Wait, there's a whole.
She must have given away some of her.
No, that's her contract was only $300,000 for appearance as Wonder Woman.
I thought there was a whole thing where someone like confirmed that wasn't the case or whatever. Like,
She might have points on the back end, but her base salary was only $300,000.
I hope that's not true. We'll go with that. That's true, but I'm hoping that that's not true.
I don't think it's true.
I could Google.
Because I found a bunch of articles where people were trying to, because people were, you know, all the feminists and stuff. Oh, she got paid way less and da 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 da. And then someone wrote an article saying, "Calm your fucking tits. She got paid the same as fucking Superman. Fucking
No, there's
Henry
no way.
Cavill.
There's
Cavill.
no way.
What, that she got as much as Henry Cavill for?
Yeah, there's no way.
Or close to it or something. Because everybody kept complaining how she got paid like tremendously much lower or some shit.
No, she only made $300,000. I'm looking at an article from the 28th of June.
But from what source? What's the source?
The Daily News. But there's also like footage I don't want to load up of her talking. Yeah, no, she only made $300,000. I can't believe she's a mother of two, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. That hot Jewish broad has pumped out 2 kids. And none of them are mine. I'm really bummed about this.
She is very beautiful. Mm-hmm. Indeed.
I kind of want to go to Israel and try to find a bride.
you want her to be named Gal Gadot, too.
Or her sister. I mean, good genetic stock right there.
Indeed.
I believe on that note, it might be last call.
Oh, And on that note, I'm drinking the last of my booze. So cheers, motherfuckers. It is last call right now.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Exactly.
I can stay here. I live here. Woo!
All right. So, David, where can we find you online?
You can find me at facebook.com/David the Dread Pirate Roberts or Instagram.com/a shogun named David.
David, real quick, did you inherit that name from someone else?
Which name?
The Dread Pirate Roberts.
Oh, I may have inherited that name from somebody else. It's a funny story how I inherited that name from somebody else. I used to be a slave on his ship, and then he made me the captain.
Have you found your princess?
I have not found my princess yet. Wait. Oh no. Excuse me. I actually. We'll call it. We'll call it a yes. I've found my princess for now.
In case your girlfriend tunes in.
For now, I've found my princess. Yep.
In case his girlfriend tunes in.
Slayer, where can we find you?
Oh, God damn it. As always, you can find me at Matt_Slayer on Twitter, Matt Slayer on Instagram, Matt Slayer on Snapchat. I've been wrong with the Matt Effin Slayer there. And it is Matt Effin Slayer on Facebook. Cruz.
You can find me at Annie fucking Cruz on Twitter, at Annie Cruz on Instagram. Oh, Lord have mercy. Facebook.com/Miss Annie Cruz. And of course, you can find us at And Now We Drink on Twitter, at And Now We Drink _ on fucking Instagram, and of course, andnowwedrink.com, where you can find many ways to listen to us. Give us some good fucking ratings, y'all. And also, you can find me at anniecruz.com for business, anniefuckingcruz.com for pleasure.
Fuck yeah. Give us 5 stars on iTunes. That's what keeps us towards the top of the fucking ratings.
That's true. So
It encourages more people to come on the show and get ignorant with us. Do that shit.
excuse me, and on that note, I'm gonna drink the last of this fucking booze. So, all right, motherfuckers. Cheers.